gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, and my light workers. Welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Today's reading is going to be quite juicy, okay? We're going to be getting into what will your next boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, partner look like. Now, I feel like I did this, but it was more like future spouse related. This can be the next person you meet, the next person you may, be coupling with. Like, just keep it more broad, right? We're going to see, and this could also be confirmation if you're dating someone right now and you want to, or crushing on someone right now and you want to see if the person you're crushing on or dating or thinking about is going to be the next person is your boyfriend. Who's your boyfriend or girlfriend? I can't talk today. Gosh. Anyway, so it was very exciting, very cute. I love doing readings like this because they're so exciting and I love to see what comes through, honestly. And all four were juicy as usual. So I hope you guys enjoy. Choose the pile, the number, the image that calls out to you the most, okay? Feel free to choose more than one if you're, juggling between two people, okay? Y'all out there being fast. Let me stop. But have fun with it. Don't take too much to heart, right? If one pile doesn't resonate and you felt called to another one, maybe it's a toss up, choose the other one. But yeah, have fun with it. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. Personal readings if you want to book one. You can email me using my email in the description box below. And anything else, you can always reach out to me, right? Okay. But yeah, I'll see you guys at your readings. Bye. Love you. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1 or option 1, however you got here, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be about what does your next person, lover, look like, okay? So I just like this topic because I like getting into looks. I like to practice my tarot in that way. If I could pick up on like exact looks, okay? And it's also just fun because we all want to know what our next lover looks like, okay? So we're gonna get into that. You could just use this as confirmation as well if you already have a man to see if or a woman, sorry, because I like men, sorry. I mean women too sometimes, Anyway, stop it. I'm getting out of hand here, okay? You all want to know what our next person looks like, okay? So let's get into it. I have like 2 tarot decks and then an oracle deck and then some dice to get into it. So we're using the traditional Rider-Waite tarot because that actually has like, physical things. It's also just easy to read from sometimes. This is an oldie. This is what I first started doing my readings at work with, and I forgot that I had it, and then I found it in my bag. So we have a Knight of Wands. Okay, so already giving conventionally attractive, and 6 of Wands confirmed it, Lord. So you're getting someone who's conventionally attractive. I'm hearing the Prince Charming effect, okay? And whenever I think of Prince Charming, I think of like, there is a whole Prince Charming in Disney, but I always think of like Prince Eric, the dark hair, the bright eyes, that could be a thing. The eyes could be blue or just bright in general, it could be green, gray, purple, let me stop, hazel, all those kinds of colors, light brown, it doesn't matter, but dark hair, light eyes is what I'm getting from this energy here, honestly. A Knight of Wands is definitely someone who kind of has playboy looks. They don't have to be playboy personality, but they have playboy looks, so they look like they're trouble, you know what I mean? The way Prince Eric has a little dimple in his cheek and he smiles and just very dreamy. This person could also look like the character, the guy who played him in the Little Mermaid live action. That person could look like that as well. He has like curls, like I said, blue eyes, the basics. So, or I think they're blue. It could be blue or green. I'm not 100% sure, but light eyes, okay? We have Knight of Wands, 6 of Wands. So they won the genetic lottery here is what I just heard with the 6 of Wands, right? There's someone that a lot of people lust after, crave after. They get a lot of attention based on their looks. They could also have like the pretty privilege or the popular guy or girl effect because they look good, that kind of thing where it's pretty privileged. They have that, okay? You get treated better than anyone else because of how you look. We have 5 of Cups in reverse, which is very funny. And then we have a King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so this person has like a very open, playful, I'm hearing charming air about them, which is why I keep hearing Prince Charming. Okay, in my mind, what card is this going to be? We have the Tower in reverse. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just heard the opposite of botched. Spirit is being rude today. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know or have heard of the show called Botched, where people got bad plastic surgeries and they go on the show crying. trying to get it, like, to get the doctors to make them look semi-good or semi-normal again. This person is the opposite of botch. So, like I said, this person has those movie good looks. I'm hearing the, is it the golden screen or something like that? Like, I think that's what it was called. But when the man was looking fine back in the days, you know, I think it was the gold screen era or something like that. Silver screen? One of those, okay? But the men who were on the screens on TV, like, now that I'm trying to remember the name, I can't remember any of them. Like, it's so annoying. You know, the Sophia Loren, and when they were young, and also Elizabeth Taylor, when they were young, the guys that were big on the screen during those times. Probably Clint Eastwood was around those times as well. Those people is what's coming through, okay? I paused for 1 second and the name came slamming into my mind. See, this camera be sabotaging me sometimes. I think his name is Marlon Brando. He was one of the Prince Charmings from the era of whenever. He was big in the 50s, so this person could have like that very 50s, well put together, slick gel back, wavy hair, the nice suits, just like when those men, when they were young back in the 50s, those men were fine, okay? And as someone who likes every color of the rainbow, I can appreciate the black men, the white men, the Hispanic men of that time. They were all looking good as heck, okay? But around those times, the 50s, the people, like I'm hearing, there was also, is it something Clark Gable or something? And Clark is from the 30s, Google says. So like those guys, you know, and he has the same kind of slick, playboy kind of energy of Marlon Brando. But what I was gonna say before I heard Clark Gable, there's also another guy that I'm not remembering. It's not Clark Gable, it's not Marlon Brando, but he was another like distinguished gentleman that everyone loved. And I think I mentioned him in another reading. He was friends with what is it called? JFK? John F. Kennedy? Yes, he was friends with him. So when he was around, though, that old school back in the day just looks adorable right off the bat. Sexy, smoldering kind of energies was coming through for your person. They have those looks. But before I keep forgetting, Marlon Brando was known as being a playboy. He was sleeping with half of the other starlets in Hollywood, guys. He was just sleeping around, child, slinging that thing. And this is not a personality reading, it's a looks reading. So this person has the looks to do that they think like they can pull anybody, you know? They could have dimples or a really nice smile, but they have a smolder. Because I'm looking at Clark Gable on the computer right now, and he has a smolder, okay? Let me try to find the name of that guy. I'm trying to find out some famous people that knew JFK to see, to get the guy that I'm looking for. And I'm also seeing Harry Belafonte. He was a Fine Member Jamma as well. So just to add some color to these examples, guys, okay? So Cary Grant, I think his name was, if I'm not mistaken. But I think there's another name that I'm just not remembering right now. And I guess that's fine, okay? But it is giving that old, slick back hair, you know, the suit, old-fashioned kind of beauty this person has, whether they're feminine or masculine. I'm not really getting much feminine energy from this. But if you wanted to go, we could do like something, I think her name was like something Grace. Is it Sophia Grace? No, it's Sophia Loren. It's something Grace, where she was also a princess but an actress, like that kind of beauty, okay? Old, timeless is definitely what I'm hearing here for you guys. This person has that kind of, you see them, you're attracted to them, everyone loves them kind of, you know, beauty, honestly. The young Frank Sinatras, the young Dean Martins, the crooners, the actors, everyone from those ages, okay? The golden ages is what I'm hearing, okay? That's what's coming through for you guys. The James Deans, he's also a good example. This person's giving a little bit of like, not trouble, but dangerously handsome. Or devilishly handsome, okay? So sometimes this person can look like they don't have much going on upstairs, because we have the King of Swords in reverse, and then we also have the Five of Cups in reverse. So this person could always be smiling and happy and, you know, happy-go-lucky, open, warm, welcoming in their energy, so no one ever thinks, oh, this person's not, you know, interested. You know, they have that, yeah, because of course if they're going to be getting all the girls, they have to be somewhat of a charming person to kind of draw people to them, okay? This person also has a bit of like 90s grunge, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio when they were young That's the kind of effect this person has, okay? But yeah, I wasn't really getting much light features, but this person could have the Brad Pitt, Leonardo, lighter hair, lighter eyes energy, but I was mostly getting dark eyes, hair, and light eyes, that combo. But yeah, Nine of Wands, very charming, very welcoming, very playful, very youthful in appearance. This person is roguish, rakish, devilish, okay? Then we have the Six of Wands. They're what everyone likes, popular. A lot of followers, a lot of people who are like lusting after them, following behind them. The Tower in reverse, the opposite of botched, right? Someone who people look at and like, you can't be a real person, okay? Because it's like kind of giving perfect. And then the King of Swords is like more so like in my opinion, when I'm reading for looks, like a more of intelligent, studious, nerdy kind of energy, okay? But also kind of cold and standoffish. This person is giving the opposite of that. They're giving just like masculine beauty, a very pretty boy kind of energy, okay? I'm hearing plump lips, sparkling eyes, nice hair. I'm not really getting smooth skin, but their skin could be coming through for something or the other, okay? Let's keep going. Honestly, let's get some cards from this deck and see what comes through. What will their next lover look like? They have a nice posture, a nice back. Okay. This card here is kind of giving me light hair. So this person, like I said, could have light hair. Like if you can kind of see that he has like, lighter hair. This person has darker hair. This person has darker hair. We can't see his hair. And the people falling from the tower have lighter hair. So this person could have like sandy or like orange hued hair. Let's see what else is coming through for my group ones. What will their next lover look like, please? This person's kind of giving me regular build, right? And then here we have the Four of Pentacles, which is like a frail, dainty kind of woman on it. So this person's not like the most muscular person around, but they're kind of giving like, like I said, young Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, the Clark Gables, Cary Grants. They weren't ever known for being big and muscular, but they were known for being well put together, sophisticated heartthrobs of their era, okay? Where did you fall? Here we have Three of Pentacles. And you keep getting kids. And the Pentacles in this deck also represent like suburbia. From what I remember reading about it. So it's kind of giving they came from a good household. They kind of had like a little bit of a silver spoon upbringing, if you will. They haven't had to go through anything. They don't have like the rough calluses on their hands. They have smooth pedicure hands, if anything, right? Their hair is always perfectly coiffed or styled or gelled, like not a hair out of place kind of thing. They carry themselves with some kind of pride, so they care about their looks, right? And then we were getting the older gentlemen from like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. They have like a timeless beauty. They always wore like a lot of suits back then. We were rarely seeing like just regular t-shirts and jeans, except from James Dean, honestly. The rest of them were, and I'm also hearing Elvis Presley as well. He was a bit of a heartthrob in his time, okay? Young Frank too, young Frank Sinatra, like I said, the Rat Pack, essentially, the people that were there. I'm also hearing the Beatles in some kind of way. There's something about this person getting a lot of like teenage girl crushes on them, or like if they were like the hot teacher in school, it's kind of giving that vibe, the hot teacher. All the girls love them, that kind of thing, okay? So let's see what else is coming through for your person. Three of Pentacles is, like I said, is really giving just a normal build, medium build. We'll go with that, okay? They're not like too skinny, but they're not like the buffest guy around, okay? Or girl, sorry. Not really getting much girl. Maybe I should reach for girls, I'm sorry. I want this to be kind of open. If they're a girl, they are very dainty as well. Like I said, they were giving the Sophia Loren, the Elizabeth Taylor in the height. Like, what was her? It's not Hazel Grace. Charlotte Grace? No. There was something they called her. It could be Sophia Grace. I don't think it is, though. I can't remember. But anyway, that kind of beauty, the timeless beauty, well put together. Even Jackie Kennedy could be a thing as well. She was also known for her style, okay, her grace. Here we have Justice, and then we have Justice is Little Red Riding Hood. How cute is that? This deck is so pretty. I can't even lie. I was kind of annoyed when I got it because it's all just her. But I'm like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Here we have Four of Swords in reverse. So there's something here about this person that makes you wake up. That's funny. The way it flipped into the upright position. Okay, heard you. This person can have like a very chill, laid back approach. I'm getting also Danny from Greece. He has the slick gel back hair, the white t-shirt, the leather jacket, the regular jeans, that kind of thing. They have the confidence of that kind of person where Danny thought he was surprised. So much so that he made Sandy change her entire personality just to be with him. Very toxic story indeed, Greece. I'm like, girl, why would you change your whole look and appearance and personality for this man? Like, Danny was an ish. Or not enough to change your whole personality for him. Child, piss me off every time I see it. But I guess it was cute for that time and era. Don't change yourself for no man, ladies. Okay. Anyway. Well balanced, well put together, very attractive person. I keep going off topic. Just the quintessential movie prince, screen actor, singer. Like, this person is giving boy bander in some kind of way. Because I was getting the Beatles, then the Rat Pack. They weren't a boy band, but they were crooners of their time, and that kind of formed like a little bit of a friendship. And then I was like seeing Zayn from One Direction. This person could have that nice hair, nice eyelashes. Yeah, pretty boy. Nice lips, the long eyelashes that longer than any guy should ever have because they don't need that. Nice luscious hair, or medium build because Zayn isn't all that buff. He's very skinny, and so are the rest of his bandmates. Okay? But one way or another, they were all very attractive, right? And still kind of are. You know, that kind of thing. So they look kind of youthful, like I said. Let's see what comes through in this deck here. We have the angel blade, so they could look like an angel. Can I get one more card from this deck, please, before I roll the dice? One more card from this deck, please, for what does their next lover look like? Okay, what does their next lover look like? I don't want to get too many cards. I'm still learning this deck. And here we have Benny Lafitte. Look at how this guy looks, like a very bad boy, well, very slacks, regular, shoes, the white shirt tucked in. It's giving the guys from the silver screen or the golden age of Hollywood era, right? He has the hat on, he has the mustache, kind of giving a little bit mysterious, right? I think I'm getting a little bit like two distinct energies from this person, so it's giving like kind of want to be bad boy, but not, because you grew up in the suburbs. Like, chill, Chad. Okay. That kind of energy. This person could definitely have this look about them, a little broody, mysterious, okay? And then with this angel blade, it's kind of like striking. With the popularity coming through in the Six of Wands, it's kind of like you see them and you're immediately like, oh, that's an attractive person. You don't have to be attracted to them. I hope you are, because this is your next lover. But it's kind of like everybody can look at them and say, yeah, that's a very attractive guy, even men. It's kind of giving, if you want to look at guys from this era, like I said, Chris Evans. If I didn't say him, I was thinking him. Henry Cavill, pretty boys, right? We have actors these days that are not pretty boys, and we have actors these days that are pretty boys. Chris Evans is a pretty boy. Henry Cavill is a pretty boy. I'm hearing Chad Michael Murray is a pretty boy. The young Leonardo was a pretty boy. Still kind of, he lost his thing, his edge. Brad Pitt, if we're talking about him, still very much a pretty boy. We have Damson Idris, very much a pretty boy, like just pretty. Okay? I'm hearing that pretty was a person. And I'm also hearing Pretty Hurts. Pretty Hurts by Beyonce. So this person is just like pretty, right? Like I said, the long eyelashes and the sparkling eyes. You're kind of like, how do you even read? You're giving angel a little bit, Okay. And I'm hearing that song. It hasn't come through in forever. That's crazy. We were just two lovers sitting in the car listening to something falling for each other. Missed calls from my mother. Can you even imagine falling in love with the love of your life? She's got glitter for skin and glorious look in her eyes. Yeah, that song is coming through. I'm trying to find the name of the song, though. golden hour. Yeah. And it's funny because golden age of Hollywood is coming through. So golden, this person's like a very, maybe not good boy, but like golden boy, always got his way. Everything worked out for him because he had that pretty privilege pushing him forward. Is the vibe coming through for your person? So we had golden hour. So their skin could be golden, bronze, olive tone. Okay, that could be why that's coming through. Olive toned or just tan, you know, or like darker, you know, that kind of thing. But that's what's coming through: hair, eyes, lips, skin. And I think that's about it. Their build isn't really nothing to write home about, but the face is giving everything. The face card on this person is angel worthy, okay? People could mistake them for an angel with this justice. They have like really even features, nice bone structure, and they take care of themselves because justice is Libra, and Libra is very aesthetically pleasing if we're just going based on the signs that's coming through in the reading, right? But very laid back and chill demeanor is what I'm getting as well. But this guy here, maybe I have like a very defined jaw. So when I picked up the card, I heard cut through glass. And that's something that is used to describe. I'm hearing Charles Melton as well. I think that's his name. He was the Asian kid from, where did he become big? Riverdale. I never watched the show, but I knew him from the show Riverdale. He has like that bone structure, you know? That's coming through. Okay. Let us get some dice and see what else is coming through for your person. Yeah, very nice face. That is their prize feature, okay? Here we have Taurus. Taurus rules the throat, the mouth, okay? So they can have nice teeth, a nice smile, nice breath. That could be something coming through, and that's important, okay? Don't write that off and say, oh, yeah, whatever. No, that is important. Thank you very much. Here we have Pisces energy coming through. So, yeah, very dreamy, kind of like they stepped off of a freaking movie screen kind of energy. Like, I'm hearing, oh, swell. This guy is giving 50s vibes. Like, let me look up what the guys in the 50s look like. I'm not going to keep playing in my face. Or maybe I should be telling y'all to look them up. Like, yeah, Grease is literally what it is. The shirt, the varsity could be as well. This person could be like a jock or something. But it was very much giving slacks, okay? A nice overcoat. They say the 50s is rock and roll music, beat poetry, abstract art, and the post-war boom were all the leading charge in men's fashion. Hats could be important as well. Yeah, the tucked in shirts, the slacks coming all the way up to the belly button. Okay, the preppy clothes also coming through. Pinstripes, varsity jackets, bowling shirts, like peak 50s. What else can I use as a reference? I don't think it's from the 50s, but Saved by the Bell. I'm seeing what's his name? I can't remember his name now. But the Hispanic dude with the dimples. Mario Lopez. Yes, him. He had the dimples, the slick back hair. I think his name was like Slater in the show. He always had the shirt cut off and his arms were showing. And he was kind of giving, a little bit of a playboy. But also Zach, I think his name is Zach Morrison, is coming through as well. And he was very preppy. So preppy is the vibe for your person. A little bit of rock and roll because we have the leather jacket coming through with the white shirt and like dark jeans, okay? Then we have the stay-at-home father tucked in button down shirt with the white shirt under it and the slacks as well. And then we have like some kind of bowl hat coming through. Can't really explain what the hat is saying, but this person could dress like that, like they from the 50s. But when I was hearing what brought me to that, when I was hearing, oh, swell, there's an episode of Charmed, okay, that I was watching when I was like binging the show a few like months back, because the months are going by so fast. I haven't watched the show in like 2 months at least. But there's an episode where Phoebe like has the biggest crush on this guy from this 50s show, and that is her celebrity crush. She watches the movie every day. That's how obsessed she is with it. And then they have to fight a demon that brings to life movies. And her guy ends up coming to life, and like she falls in love with him or he falls in love with her. and he's like so respectful, you know what I mean, treats her with so much respect, and she's like, I wish you were a real person, and this is that. But he's like, he came right out of her favorite movie. Is the vibe. That's the energy that I was getting to make me think of that movie scene where she was so in love with that guy, and she started off the episode like, I wish men were like Billy or whatever from this, her favorite movie of the show. And he ended up coming to life later on in the episode. So it's like this person jumped out of your favorite movie. You know, so your favorite actor, actress, they could look like them. And it's also kind of giving me that trend on social media where it was like, show me your celebrity crush and then show me your partner. And all the girls like were lucky enough to find men that look like their celebrity crushes, is the vibe coming through as well. So lucky you guys. There you go. Here we have Uranus. Uranus is kind of tying into the whole Aquarius alternative look. This person could also have an alternative look to them as well. But Uranus is like giving a little bit unpredictable, right? This person could have like a little bit of like blemishes on their face, because I just got a blemish, which I don't really get often, and I like had to like pop it, even though I know it's not good. I just hate seeing bumps on my face. I have to just like boop, let it go. So this person could deal with that as well. They get like be perfect and look great, but they have like skin issues. Like I said, they weren't giving perfect skin, but they could have like a nice complexion and have bad skin. That's a thing. Okay. We have Mars. So yeah, they are giving all man. They're giving man. They're giving like, how can I say it? The 50s was like very much, what do they call it? Oh, I can't think of it. When women are pregnant and they are getting to the last phases of their pregnancy, and they just start, it's not mother henning. They start, I can't remember the name of it, but they start like making sure everything is right in the house and wanting everything to be perfect, and like, you know, that I can't remember the name of it. Okay, is it nesting? I think it's called nesting. That's what it is. They start nesting really bad because the baby is coming and their instincts are telling them, hey, we have to get everything ready. This person's like giving stay-at-home dad, because 50s were mostly about that. The war was over. Now it was about creating kids, having babies. Okay, baby boomers or 50s and on, right? And that's the vibe that I'm getting. Nesting, stay-at-home, cookie cutter, suburbia era is what's coming through for your person, okay? So very suburban, very preppy, very a little bit bad boy, or want to be bad boy, very heavy on that. Okay, this person wants to be low-key unpredictable. This person could incorporate all of these styles that I've mentioned in their, you know, rotation of what they wear, which is why we're getting Uranus here to show they change a lot when it comes to looks. Mars, very manly, okay? They look like a man even though they're a pretty boy, because if we look at Brad Pitt, he's giving all man, but he's still very pretty. I'm just thinking of how I was watching F1, which is the new movie with Brad Pitt and Damson Idris, which is funny why they're both coming through. It's funny how they're both coming through, okay? And they're like a race car driver, so this person kind of gives like adrenaline junkie vibes, okay? But in the movie, Damson is like so much younger than Brad Pitt's character that he calls him old when he's explaining him to his mother. Like, they just brought on this new teammate, and he's like, old. And his mom's like, how old? What is old? And he's like, 80s. And they like laugh, and then she comes to the studio to actually meet them during a race, and we see a huge poster of Damson and Brad Pitt together, and his mom was like, that's the guy you were talking about? That is an attractive man. And the boy was like, but his mom was like, yeah, that's an attractive guy. He's not old, right? You know, because he is older, Brad Pitt, but he still looks good for his age. Lord, hallelujah. Anyway, seeing Damson and Brad Pitt on screen at the same time is just immaculate. It's the vibes are vibing, okay? And I had to see the movie twice. That's how good it was, right? But it's giving that kind of energy where with the younger generation, Damson in the movie's like, oh, he's like in 80s, knowing that man is that old, and he's very attractive for his age, okay? And the mom was like, that's an attractive man right there. He's not old, you know? So it's kind of giving whether you're older or not. This person could be older, but they're still giving very youthful, you know, pretty boy vibes in their old age. And we have the Damson Idrises and all the younger generation guys, and they're just giving like, you know, I can bring home to mom kind of look, if that's like a way that sounds better for you, or you can bring home to mother and female looks as well, okay? I haven't really been getting female indicators in this reading. We have this card here, and it's going to look very beautiful. They have long, shiny, dark hair, nice skin, They could have naturally red or pink lips, or they wear like a gloss at least that makes their lips like tinted red. If you're looking for a woman here, very shiny dark hair, they take care of their hair, okay? All the things that will come through for the guys, the eyes, they can have really long eyelashes, the eyes, the lips, the face. I'm hearing the fragrance, they can smell good as well for the woman, because some men don't really care about smelling good. If this big old fat squirrel does not move from out the window, he acting up. He just out there cleaning himself. This is not a shower, sir. The squirrels love that little ledge. He's sitting there picking himself and cleaning himself and just don't care that I can see him. The nerve of some animals. But yeah, that's what's coming through for your person. The same thing that I was mentioning for men, just flip it and make it work for women. They can have a little bit of skin issues, pimples, blemishes, that kind of thing. But their complexion is overall good, but they just, have an occasional pimple or a zit. But it's giving medium build for women as well, on the more slimmer side for women, if we're going to go there. Because this card here, Page, I think it's Page of Pentacles. Let's move the dice over. Or no, it's the Four of Pentacles. The way she's like very slim, is coming through. So slender woman is coming through in all the cards, honestly. Like even the guys are more slender and slim, but they have like a more meat, because even this guy here in the card is giving a little bit of a medium build. And then Aries is giving kind of jacked. So some of them can work out, some of them could not. It really just depends. With Uranus here, followed by Mars, this person's build could change a lot. They go into bulking mode, they bulk up, and then they kind of slim back down a little bit. They can have a hard time keeping weight on them. So they go from being buff, they're always in the gym and working out, and they're very like energetic and athletic build. But athletic build is not always bulky and, bodybuilder. Athletic is just like, in shape, okay? So that's coming through for both men and women here. Then here we have 10th house, which is Capricorn energy. So bone structure is definitely coming through. They have nice bone structure. And I did mention that, and like a jaw, really well-defined jaw. Okay. Women can have well-defined jaws as well, but I'm also hearing heart-shaped face when I started tapping into the woman side of things. Okay. So this could be, if you're manifesting a woman, they can have a heart-shaped face. Okay. But very slender. They can wear all black as well. This blade is also very skinny, and they can look like an angel, like I said. And here we have second house, so assets. They look like they have money. They have a wardrobe on them. This person here, they care about how people perceive them. So they have like a good wardrobe, okay? I'm hearing they could wear rings, jewelry. The jewelry could be real. Okay. That kind of thing is coming through. But Pisces 12th house is dreamy, a dreamboat, okay? I'm hearing McDreamy. So also another guy coming through to help represent for looks is, I think his name is Patrick Dempsey. Yes, he was McDreamy, the doctor on Grey's Anatomy. He was like very beautiful. They had a McDreamy and they had a McSteamy. For you guys, McDreamy is coming through. Where he was like very, like I said, medium, slender build, but the face card on him was crazy. And then we have McSteamy, and he was more muscular, and he would shave off his head and look real manly. And that's McSteamy. But y'all are gonna give you a McDreamy. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And look, I was talking about hats, and the guy in this card here is wearing a hat. So they have a beard. This person could be bald, potentially, for some of you, because of course you're not gonna all be manifesting the same kind of lover. Okay. For some of you, it's bald. They definitely have a mustache, and that's why their hair was so prominent, because they may not have any. But for most of you, this person has hair, I feel like, okay? Because that was a very big thing coming through. Anything else before I leave? Sunglasses could be a thing. But that's about it, I think. They love them to like a coat moment. Okay, just some jeans, a regular shirt tucked in. So emphasis on the tucked in. Okay, I heard to say. And like a coat or a jacket or a jacket or something like that. If you look up 50s looks for men, that's what's going to come through for you. Some of it is giving James Dean, Danny from Greece. Others of it is giving stay-at-home dad with like I don't want to say it, but the kind of creepy mustache, right? So facial hair could be a thing as well. But very clean, put together is coming through for this person as well. So they could like jump between the two things. And then alternative grunge was also actually kind of coming through as well. So take what resonates for you, please, and thank you, and leave what doesn't. But yeah, I hope it resonated. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or number 2 or however you got here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about what will your next lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, person look like, okay? Whoever you want that to be, who are they going to look like? Who are they going to look like? Interesting. Who are they going to look like? We'll see. But what are they going to look like? All that kind of stuff. Physical attributes and things like that. Aesthetic, what they wear, if that comes through. But we're going to jump straight into it. These readings are always so exciting because don't we all want to know the next person you want to be with? Like, it's just fun for me. I need fun readings in my life right now, okay? I'm seeing the Empress. We're bringing back the old cards. These are the only cards that I have with me that can help with physical characteristics. I'm going to be using 2 tarot decks, my dice, and then my oracle deck that I have here. Okay, so please, Spirit, for my group 2s, what will their next lover, boyfriend, girlfriend look like? The next person you're going to be getting it on with. That's what I meant to say, but that's not what I said for group 1. So this could just be the next person you're going to be getting it on with. And that could be long-term or short-term or just one night. The world may never know. Let's get into it. Okay, that just flew out. We have 3 of Cups and we have Ace of Wands in reverse. What does that mean? There's no need to take reversals. Let's see. I took a reversal for group 1. Let me stop being a heifer. I'm just switching up the rules for each group as we go. Come on, bro. I just saw a card fall over. We have a 6 of Swords. Okay, so that makes sense. I just need a little more clarification. A 6 of Swords and Ace of Wands in reverse kind of gives bored to me, or boredom, or trying to hide. So this person could like to try to hide their appearance, but that kind of goes against what the 3 of Cups says here. Let's get some more cards. My group 2's person, please. What will the next person look like? Please, Spirit, the next person. We have Judgment. Okay. This person could have a bit of an extreme look to them, whatever that means. Kind of like, how can I describe it? I like sourpuss. Like I'm getting like a strict person who always has like very, like a set face. They always look angry or mad or like something's going wrong or tortured or whatever. Like what is the... Of course he gonna come through, Edward. The scene where he first meets Bella or sees her in the classroom and the wind is like blowing is blowing her like smell towards him, and he looks so tortured and like upset in that moment, but she thinks it's because she smells and he doesn't like the way she smells and she smells disgusting. But what she doesn't know is that he's a vampire and her scent is very tempting to him. So this person could not like feelings, or they just have that face where it's always sourpuss, always upset, that kind of thing. Like expressionless is also what I'm hearing, because 6 of Swords is kind of like moving on, taking the L, trying to just, get through life. Honestly, you just went through a whole big ordeal and now you're finally happy to like kind of settle down. You know what I mean? So someone's like smooth sailing, like a little bored, like expressionless, like those words keep coming through, okay? And then we have 3 of Cups, okay? So this person have like a little bit of a baby face is what I'm hearing as well, okay? Because I'm not really getting friendly from this person, even though the 3 of Cups can be a friendly kind of energy, friendship. It's a friendship card, right? Not maybe not a friendly energy. So this next person could be a friend of yours, or they look like a friend of yours. Let me get one more card from this stuff. One more card, please, Spirit. What does our person look like? Now we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this person could be mean and withdrawn. And when you first meet them, you think they don't like you, but that's just their face, right? And they may tell you that, like, I did not like you. That's just my face. Some people's face always looks upset, sad. You know what I mean? Set up. I just don't know how to explain it. Okay. I don't know how to explain it properly to you guys. how can I explain? Like they just swallowed something sour that they didn't want to taste. And that's like kind of the expression they always have on their face. Yeah, just disgruntled is the perfect word. Like not satisfied, sourpuss energy. Now, why do they look like that? I have no idea, but that's what I'm getting from your person, okay? This could just be someone who's like a little standoffish, cold, disinterested in the world. And that's just their face. That's just their energy, their demeanor. It doesn't mean they're a mean person, because we have the Three of Cups coming through. So they could have like, someone can't someone look friendly and disgruntled or turned off at the same time? I don't know. Because your facial expressions, they could have, they're very like, what's the word? The proper adjective. Expressive. Their face is very expressive. So if they're feeling upset, you're going to be able to tell. If they're not liking something, they're going to be able to tell. That's the kind of energy coming through for this person. Very expressive. I can see the Three of Cups being a very expressive energy, because it represents friendship and celebrating friends, celebrating a job well done kind of energy, you know, because three is a crowd, but it's also like a party. You can't just have two people and call it a party. I mean, some people can, right? But three people is kind of like when things start getting interesting, right? So this person can have like an interesting look to them. I wasn't expecting this, but we're here. Ace of Wands. Like, am I taking reversals? Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands in reverse. It can't be a coincidence that the Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups came out in reverse. I'm hearing striking appearance. So this person have like a very striking appearance in the way that it's either they're really mean, they look really different, or they're like really nice. I don't know. Because Three of Cups is a good energy, upright, you know. The Six of Swords is a good energy. It means moving on from hardship. This person could look like they've gone through things. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. If like someone has like scars on their face, and it's like, like, are you okay? You've been through things. Yes, that's the perfect way. See, thank you. Spirit always come through for me. I'm like, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me, okay? And it's like they look like they've been through the ringer. And that's what the Six of Swords means, Lord. Yeah, they've overcome something. They've triumphed. So they look so, you know, maybe worn and torn because they've triumphed over something very hard in their life. You know how some people just always look tired? Some people always look a little bit haggard. Some people always look a little bit disgruntled, that kind of thing. This is what's coming through for your person here, okay? The Judgment card could be, they look like, they can have like dark circles under their eyes sometimes. Maybe they don't sleep well, which is why they always look upset. Because wouldn't you be mad if you don't sleep? You would have the circles under your eyes and your skin has like a sickly pallor. Like, this is very, very, very interesting. I have never in my life, I'm hearing like Rumpelstiltskin. So this person could have like maybe just bad skin in general, you know, or textured skin, where you know how some people's skin has like acne marks on it, like I don't know how to describe it, but they like, when you get acne, some people it just goes away or turns into a hyperpigmentation scar. Theirs turns like a crater is the best way I can describe it. So their skin is like very uneven, or they just have like very bad skin in general. And I don't want that to like turn you guys off from this person at all. But that's just the vibe that I'm getting. That's the best way to describe this person. It has like because I heard Rumpelstiltskin. And the only Rumpelstiltskin character that I've ever seen is Once Upon a Time. And he was a very attractive man. He just had bad skin. Right? He was cute. He could have got it. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to sit here and act like if that man wasn't doing all the things he was doing for Belle in that show, I wouldn't have folded for him. He was cute, especially in his human form. But when we see him in his like Rumpelstiltskin form, it's kind of getting a little bit of like bumpy skin, like maybe greasy hair, something like that is coming through, you know? They've been through some things is what's coming through. It's some people, that's their type. Distressed, right? Like distressed jeans, how they look like they've gone through the ringer is the kind of energy a person's coming through. That could be how they look or the clothes they wear instead of their actual physical appearance. They look like their clothes been tore up from the floor up, right? But then we have the Three of Cups here, which means they get like their clothes could look distressed, but their face looks friendly. You know, that kind of combination. But then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Like, come on now. What are we doing here? What does that mean? Like, Ace of Wands, like I said, I read it as someone who was bored. The Ace of Cups, and like someone who looks like they like sourpuss face, like they don't have love in their life, you know? Like, there's certain people who look like that, and that whole brooding energy could be like, they could even be like, their skin could like because I'm thinking of how Edward came through, right? And Edward, like his skin condition would have been he sparkles in the sunlight, right? And he's like very dark, not dark, what am I saying, sickly pale, right? And then his skin was always cold because he had bad circulation. And that's what she thought it was, but he's a vampire, literally. And the vampire, that didn't make him any less attractive. All those things that people could see as like unattractive, he was still very sexy, Edward. But he just had some, some things that if you were to just see him and not know he was a vampire, you'd be like, why is your skin so bright? Like, why is it so sickly pale? Why is your skin so cold? Like, you know what I mean? One thing you can't say about Edward is that he didn't dress, semi-well. He came from a well-to-do family, so at least he had some good clothes to wear. But like, there's something about them that gives that their expressions, they're very expressive, So when they're upset, it shows, Okay, that's like the best way I can explain it. It didn't take away, those things didn't take away from Edward's attractiveness at all, okay? So this person could still very well be attractive to you, but they just look like they've gone through some stuff, right? They could always look like sweaty. Like when guys like just worked out, or they did some hard backyard work, and their skin is like, have a little bit of dirt on it, and they're like a little greasy. That's when men are like very attractive, because they then did some hard work, and their testosterone, you know what I mean, the male version of pheromones is like, or pheromones could be guy and girl, coded, I don't really know, I'm not into that whole thing, but that's when they really get me going. Like, you're sweaty and you just did some hardback man work in the yard, and you're looking a little greasy, and it's like, oh yes. And it's funny because I was watching I don't think I was watching it. Was it a TikTok or Instagram reel where this girl was like, her man always want to come and tear her up, and she in the kitchen sweating, or when she doing, housework, and she looking rat-a-tat-tatted, and that's when her man want to come and, truss her up a little bit, Not when she's looking her best, when she's looking her worst. That's when her man want to come in, defile her. Okay, in the best ways. So this person could just have that, maybe a worker, whenever you meet them or see them, they just came from work and it's giving construction person, where they're like all greasy and, grussied up from the day, Oh my gosh. Oh, this person could be like maybe bigger. They could be like someone who's like, has like a huskier build to them, because I don't know why. And I'm only laughing because the video that I first saw him in is just so ridiculous. So there was this guy on Judge Judy, and he was being sued for something, or he was doing the suing. I really don't remember at all. And he was talking about eating chicken. And he said something about the gristle. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, he's like, I eat everything, even the gristle. And I'm like, huh? And he's saying the gristle, which is basically the fatty part of the chicken when you eat it. Or I guess especially the leg, when you get a leg part, and like at the bottom, it's like cartilage essentially from the chicken, the bones, the joints. He was eating the gristle. And I'm like, huh? And that man was husky, and the way he said it just had me cackling. I'm like, sir, so you eating every little part of the chicken? Child, that's really greedy behavior. Because me, I can't eat all the parts of the chicken. I just get turned off real quick. My stomach starts turning. I can only eat one layer of the chicken when it starts getting to the red and the bone, and it's like different colors. I can't eat farther than that. And you're going in the garbage. Okay? And he was like, no, he eats everything. And, he was like a bigger guy. So that could be something coming through as well. And this Three of Cups could be giving like teddy bear build. Because Three of Cups is like giving like, it's cheerful and happy. And your face don't have to be cheerful and happy for your body to be giving teddy bear, right? So that can be coming through like a linebacker, you know, but the ones who play football, but they're still like, they have like a layer of fat. It's not just all muscle, right? That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this person, okay? Like when they come around, you like perk up because we have judgment card here, and that's like an awakening, right? Interesting. You guys could like the not unconventionally attractive, but you don't like to be with people who are too attractive. You know what I mean? You like I'm hearing SZA, I need a big boy, that kind of energy. I'm kind of getting the guy from what's the name of the movie? Blindside, with Sandra Bullock and Lily Collins, where he used to be homeless and was on the side of the street, and they kind of like brought him into their house and like gave him an outlet, which was football, and he ended up becoming like an NFL superstar or whatever. And he was like very big, like he was of course buff and like muscular, but it was also covered by like a layer of fat as well. So it wasn't all fat, it wasn't all muscle, it was a mixture of both, right? That's the kind of energy coming through, like a big teddy bear man, right? Because the Six of Swords also kind of gives like a very jovial, happy person. So, and teddy bear men can give that vibe to them, you know what I mean? I used to not gonna say his name, but I used to like, you know, not talk. We went on a few dates with someone who like had this build. He had like a cute little tummy, and he was giving teddy bear, and he had like the glasses, and he was like an older guy, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Whenever I looked at him, because he was just a cutie, right? But one thing I'll always remember about him is he would always complain and say he had bad knees. And whenever we were walking up the stairs, because you know New York always has mad stairs to get from the train station, he would always complain about having bad knees, and he would always apologize. And I'm like, you're fine. Like, I know you're no young boy out here. I know you was older. Like, it's fine. I don't apologize for it. But he was the cutest little thing ever. And he had like autism, and he would like just be like, just he was the cutest thing. Aw, I don't miss him, but he was adorable. But yeah, it's kind of giving that, where he had like a little bit of a pot belly, and like the top was bigger than the bottom. Like I call it the the football player. Exactly. That's okay. Let me stop. Let me stop calling myself out. But the people who have like the bigger upper bodies and like the really skinny legs, I call them the running man. I call them the people. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say it and embarrass myself on here, but I call it the football player because they're ideally supposed to have like a bigger top and a smaller bottom. So those are the kind of guys that I'm like, that's coming through here, right? He has a little bit of a belly. Maybe he has like skinnier legs in his upper body, or maybe he is trimmed like a football player, but his shoulder mass is like, or width is way wider than his hip width, you know, inches, whatever you want to call it. That could be coming through as well. But let's get some more cards from this other deck, so I'm not just stuck on this. Hopefully it gives me some more clarification. And then we also have the dice, of course. Why would you be a heifer like that? Come on, don't mess up my cards. They're new. Acting up like that. This person may be strong and be able to break it back, child. Okay, but I'm gonna be honest here. What I got from this Ace of Wands in reverse could be they have a big package or not. Okay, like it just wasn't there yet, but it was close. Okay. You know, when the Ace of Wands come out, it's a follicular object. For if you're watching for a man, it's giving. They got that BDE, right? But if it's coming out in reverse, does it still count as a BDE, or is like telling you it's the opposite of that? It's little. So their appendage could be either big or small. It just depends. Okay. Here we have the Five of Cups in reverse. I mean, Five of Cups is like a very sorrowful, sad energy. This person, like I said, their personality and looks or whatever, like their looks are giving black cat energy. This person have like a very intense stare. Like they wear their heart on their sleeves. So when they're upset or happy or sad, you can see it, which is why we have all these different emotions coming through. You know what I mean? And some people, I should say, when they're not smiling, they look very unattractive. When they smile, their smile brightens up the room, Lord. And it changes their whole appearance, their whole demeanor, right? So this person could be like sometimes sad, sometimes happy. It really just depends, okay? But here we have Five of Cups. It didn't come out in reverse, though. Five of Cups is an energy of being disappointed, crying over spilled milk, not seeing the forest for the trees, not seeing what's in front of you, okay? So this person could also have like a little bit of an oblivious air to them, if that makes sense. This person could be Korean. Don't ask me why I got that. This person could be Korean. And look at how we have a freaking bear coming through in this card. I think it's a bear anyway. But I'm getting, because I'm hearing the song from the K-pop Demon Hunters movie on Netflix. And it's Golden. And she's like, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. And she says something. Da na 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 na. Now I'm born. We're going up, up, up. It's now a moment. You know, together we're golden. Something like that is coming through. Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, and that's like based on the Korean pop, K-pop energy. So this person could be Korean. I've heard that Korean men, let me stop, aren't really packing like that. You never know. I've never been with one to corroborate that tale or folk tale, but could be. And it's funny how I'm talking about folktale. We have this girl here in this card, which is Six of Cups. That's kind of like giving folktale in a way. Like fairy tale character, but the villain. This person could look like a villain. That would make a lot of sense as well. Okay, let's keep going. But it's funny how I was talking about like folktale, and I was mentioning Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin. And he's the only one from the cast that I think had like deformities or whatever you want to call it, right? And also, not to stereotype, but I do know Asian people are the people I've seen the most that have that skin condition where the acne turns really bad and leaves like deep scars behind. And then if you get a bunch of them, it leaves like a bunch of like, I guess it's like craters or whatever on the face. Like bad skin can be coming through in that kind of way, But Asian people are the ones I've seen with that the most. Korean people, on the other hand, they're known for having really good skin. So I don't know. Take what resonates. Okay. But everyone deserves love. So, right? I'm just saying what's coming through. Don't shoot the messenger. What will their next person look like? I'm hearing this person could also look a little bit shorter. A short king. Love that. That's the one thing that be pissing me off. I mean, as a girl, I can only complain as a girl. Everyone is like not even everyone. My sister, she's like 5, like I guess 9 or whatever, and she's always like, "Oh, you're so short." Because I'm like 5'4". I'm like, first of all, 5'4" is not that short. Thank you very much. But second of all, I don't want to be tall. I don't know what made it, or she's just like a delusional in her head. Like being tall could be her like redeeming quality for whatever. I don't know, but I think it's like a self-esteem thing because she's always bringing up height, and I'm like, since when was height ever a thing in women? Height was never a thing in women. If anything, taller women get the short end of the stick because nobody really, you know what I mean? Men more so want to go for like shorter, from what I've heard anyway. So I'm like, what makes you think I want to be tall? Like I don't want to be tall. If anything, me being shorter gives me the pick of the litter because I can go for a short guy, a short king, instead of like 5'7", 5'9", and still be able to feel short. You know what I mean? So I'm like, since when was being tall for women a thing? I'm not trying to be a model or anything to have long legs. I'm fine being 5'4". So it just kind of annoys me when she brings it up. So I'm like, I never said I wanted to be tall. I don't want to be tall at all. Like I have more options as someone who's shorter. Leave me be. Right? But I think it's like it's an internalized thing. So she brings it up to, I don't know, make herself feel better. I freaking know. I don't know. But that could be something coming through as well. This person could be shorter, but if it's a girl, it's not really that bad to be short. Because like, since when, like, let me know in the comments. I could be completely oblivious and just not know that women want to be tall. You know what I mean? But it's never something I grew up wanting or paying attention to, but I know women like being fun size, or the smaller the better is what I've known for what women are supposed to look like, in society anyway. Taller women, I don't really, But anyway, this person can be shorter, okay? Or like 5'9". Don't mind me. I'm just going on a rant, so I'm like, that's coming through, so it can resonate for the reading in some kind of way. But Six of Cups is also kind of giving like a very jovial, happy, teddy bear kind of energy as well. So I don't know where they could, like I said, they're very expressive. When they're upset, they look upset. If we're tying into like stereotypes, for stereotypes' sake, Asian men, especially Japanese men, are known for like always looking angry. So that could be where this energy is coming from, of them being angry in the, or bored or uninterested in the top half. They're known for like being very stoic. You know what I mean? So hard to read, not unattractive, just stoic and hard to read, okay? But also, if we're sticking to stereotypes, Asian men are also the least desirable when based on a survey. Black women for the women, and not black men, relax, and Asian men for the men are the least desired. Okay, so that could be something coming through as well. This person, who they are, is like not really. So this person could be a black woman or an Asian man, and they're not really like, you know, what people consider, society considers desirable, I guess. And then here we have the Nine of Wands. Sorry. Either way, Five of Wands, Nine of Wands is also giving a fighting, not giving a kind of energy. This person could be a little bit of a fighter, scrappy. They look scrappy. And then as soon as I say that, I see this freaking, like, what is this supposed to be? These cards are beautiful, but they're not making no sense. It's giving zombie. And look, and I was talking about scars. It's kind of giving scars. So someone who's like very much imperfect, okay? But what is perfect anyway? The world may never know. What I consider to be perfect is not going to be what someone else considers to be perfect, which is what I love about the world. Because everyone deserves love, and there's someone for everybody. Okay? I'm trying to fix the cards so they don't want to cooperate. It's crazy. I got to fight for my life out here. Okay. So we have the Hierophant. This person could have crazy hair. Or like white hair, gray hair. This person could also be emo in some kind of way. I'm getting that from this card here. Definitely giving emo vibes. Black hair. I'm also hearing hair plugs. It kind of looks like hair plugs. I'm thinking of that one episode of Full House where Uncle Jesse like looks into the future and his hair is his pride and joy in the present. But when he looks into the future, when Nick and Alice get older, he's like the uncool dad. This person could be a dad, you know, and they could like, you know, have that, wear that on their face and body, you know, dad bod kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense. See, yeah, it's coming together. But when he was a father, he had like a little bit of a tummy, and he had like hair plugs to like, you know, make his hair last or whatever. And that's kind of what this is giving here. So this person could be like giving like quintessential suburban dad. They have the hair plugs to stay youthful. They have like a little bit of a dad belly kind of thing. They always look tired because they're always working. Their life and how much they've had to work and earn everything they've ever, you know, had is showing on their face and their body, you know. That could be coming through as well. This is very interesting pile. Let me know what you guys think in group 2. If it is not resonating, then choose something else. If this is something that you wouldn't mind waking up next to every day, rubbing on his tummy, on his bald head, his balding head, period, then this is not your reading, okay? There's something here about like not being convinced you're attractive, okay? Or not, people are not checking for you the way they're checking for everyone else, right? So it's giving people who are shorter, people who are like not seen as a standard of beauty, stuff like that. They have a little bit of a pot belly or like just a little bit of a tummy, you know, that kind of thing. They don't look like pretty, boyish, or heartthrobby. They look like, you know, just a regular person, right? A Joe Schmo. What do they call it? A Jane Doe. Right? A Joe Schmo and a Jane Doe. Quite funny indeed. I think I'm funny anyway. That's what's coming through here. And that could be where the Five of Cups is coming through as well. Where they're like very friendly, right? But their facial features are not giving like welcoming or come give me a hug. They're giving like hard life they've lived. Okay, let me stop playing games. We have the Hierophant, someone who looks like they give older, because Hierophant is always like my older poppy daddy card, you know? Someone who's like 50s, 40s, and no 30s, 40s, 30s, and above is the Hierophant for me. He's lived life, he has wisdom to give, could be balding, could not have that much hair. And look at sis in this card here. How her hair look like that? What is she doing? Like, what are those little things in the back there? This person could like, you know, wearing freaky little hairstyles and stuff like that. This person does have some muscle on them, because in this card here we have like a very muscular person. And this could also be, I don't even know anymore at this point, like, are women who have like muscles seen as desirable? I like, how I grew up, it wasn't seen as desirable. Now everybody wants a woman with a six-pack. I'm like, ain't never gonna be me. Go somewhere else, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Dang straight. I'm never gonna have the six pack. I'm never gonna have the be muscular. You know, that's not my vibe. I want to be soft. Let me stay soft. But some people want to be muscular. Let them say muscular. But it's kind of even like a muscular woman. Not kind of giving me. This is a muscular woman here. And most of the time, that may not be seen as a standard of beauty. I don't freaking know. It just depends where you are and what you like, okay? This person has nice legs, though. That's the one thing they have going for them, nice legs. They could also know how to dance, too. And it's funny how I was talking about, like, having, like, a hardback appearance or haggard or whatever you want to call it. And it's kind of like wheels in a machine. It's giving factory. So they work really hard. And that, like, okay, so, for example, group 1 was giving... They've never worked a day in their life or a hard day in their life. They don't have calluses or anything. This person is giving, they have calluses, they have scars, they have rough skin, they look a little sweaty, their hair is looking disheveled, like they don't really care about their appearance that well. Like I'm not getting sloppy or messy, but I'm getting that that's not their priority in life. Their priority is to work hard, and that's how they look, you know? Be a good person. And that's kind of like, not how they look, but that's who they are as a person. If that makes any sense to you guys at all. But yeah, it's definitely giving hard back, factory, lived a hard life kind of energy, been through some things, right? And especially men who are like, who has never had a woman or a girlfriend or a friend that's a girl, show them the soft side of life, like teach them how to do blackhead removals and exfoliants. And some people could look hard and rough neck, rough and tough. From the back of bush and all that. Some people can look like that. Because they've never had someone show them how to live soft or be soft. You know how some women adopt their man and give them facials? Let me stop. Okay. And give them facials and take off their blackheads and, you know, make sure their skin looks good and, you know, pamper them. If some men don't have that, they're just going to be walking around looking like all man all the time. Smelling like one, looking like one. I'm hearing turn you every way but loose like one. This person just looks like someone not to mess with. It's giving like someone who looks like they've had their nose broken multiple times. So they're scrappy, they're a fighter. They come from the wrong side of the tracks. They never caught a break in life, so they kind of like walk around with a chip on their shoulder. They always look upset and mad. Like that's the kind of vibe coming through for your person. And why are we at 32 minutes? What the heck? The Hangman is also definitely an energy, because it came out upright, of someone who is like more like subdued. They don't really put themselves out there. They go to work, come home, mind their business. You know, they're part of the blue class, working class kind of energy. That's what I'm getting. Construction, where they like sweat all day and the sweat gets clogging their pores. And that could be why they have bad skin. They just have bad skin in general, look a little greasy sometimes. You know what I mean? They could be a mechanic and they're always around oil and this and that. They could be a trash man and they're always around this and that. Like that's the kind of, and like working class man, you know? A country dude, right? They can lift you up and throw you here and throw you there as a kind of person coming through for this person, you know, as your person. Okay, let me not over explain. I just was trying to get a good, you know, a good visual of this person, because some people would hear certain things and run and be like, oh my gosh, my person is not cute. No, they all just look like they've worked every day of their life. They have the distressed genes to show it. They have, you know what I mean? It's like I said, giving a suburban dad who works in construction and things like that. They come home after a long day of work and they're tired. They look sweaty and greasy and, you know, but it's like I'm not getting in a negative or unattractive manner. Because I'm saying these things and I love me a manly man, because I'm like, hey, okay. Here we have purgatory. Yes, they've been through things. Yo, I knew I wasn't bugging. I knew I wasn't crazy. Nine of Wands is also the haggard kind of energy. You know, you've been working, and you refuse to give up. They're always working. Wow. See, now it's coming together. I feel validated. I feel justified. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be saying stuff and people think I'm trying to be rude. No, it's true. And here you guys have Eileen Leahy. Whatever. This is giving a very this is a woman, yes. It's giving a very masculine woman, if you're watching for a woman, okay? And that's what I was saying here. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore. I was just like, I be like, I want it to come through as nice, and I'm not being judgmental or rude or anything. I'm trying to be mindful, you know? You can't just be out here saying anything. But it has to resonate. I can't say, oh, your person is, and keep it cute. No. Because the next time you meet them, you're going to be like, girl, you lied. And I was, no, I didn't. If I wasn't saying what's coming to mind. But this is like definitely keeping up with what I was saying. So for a woman, it's giving, lumberjack, good with their hands, like blue collar, like what do they call those things, like electrician and plumber, the trades. Yes, a tradesman, a true tradesman. He come home from work sweaty, and he was working construction all day. And that's just how he looks all the time, because he's working all the time, right? Trying to make a dollar and provide for you or his family or herself. Like, it's hard out here. Not everybody grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth, Like, and now I'm getting the visuals of the women who, like, make videos on social media showing them making 5-course meals and packing it away for their husband or boyfriend because they work 12-hour shifts. They can even be a nurse and they work 12-hour shifts and they look like it because they have the bags under their eyes and they look like they haven't slept in forever. That kind of energy. I'm getting like, also a little bit like Wednesday Addams energy. I'm also hearing the guy. What's the name? It's the uncle something from the Addams family. A little bit like misshapen or something like that. Okay, yeah. So we have purgatory. This is giving hell on earth. This is what purgatory is, where they said God sent all the bad demons and everything. It's in a different dimension, right? I think I love my consciousness in a 6th dimension. Yeah, that's the vibe coming through here, where all the monsters and ghoulies go. So this person does have a little bit of like I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say this person is like, oh my god, they're not unattractive. Like I said, especially because people grow on you at the end of the day, and it's all about personality. This person has a heart of gold, is all that you need to know. They're very friendly, they love and they care about people, even though they may look mean all the time. And some women, me included, love a mean man, because that means you ain't friendly with all these girls out here. I don't like a friendly man, because you're not going to be out here flirting and flitting from girl to girl. When you with me, I'm the only woman you're smiling at, period. The rest of the world gets the mean mug, as they should. I don't like no friendly man out here. Shit. Okay, but anyway, that's the vibe that's coming through. It's like they came out of a storybook and it's like giving anti-hero beast vibes. This person's giving beast. It's giving Rumpelstiltskin, because even Rumpelstiltskin was supposed to be the beast in Once Upon a Time. The beast to her Belle, right? Even though Rumple and Belle do not really go together in traditional fairy tale. It's the Beauty and the Beast. But since he was a mean guy and always turning tricks in, he wasn't human and he looked kind of beastly. They gave her to him. Yeah. Beast and Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time. Okay, so I feel validated. But if you're watching for women, they can have like long hair. They can be scruffy in that kind of way too. They just throw it into a bun, right? They don't really wash it. Greasy hair was coming through for this person. But yes, very much giving lumberjack and an earthy kind of person. Okay. Now let's get the dice and end your reading, because I don't know how it ended up so long. We have Leo, so hair is definitely coming through. They have a lot of hair. We have Cancer, like homey. Yeah, see, it's definitely giving gentle giant for some of you. Others of you, it's not giving gentle giant. It's giving mean. It's giving beastly, okay? Here we have 2nd house, like worker, working, money, assets, stuff like that. They look like they work. They work. They working. Yeah. And here we have Saturn. That's that stern, no nonsense, standoffish, leave me alone kind of energy coming through. Stoic is the vibe. This person just looks that way all the time. Oh boy. And then we have Mars. Yeah, a very manly man. Very manly man, indeed. But then we have the Cancer. This is a softness to them. This person's going to have like a lot of strong features. And there's something soft. Their lips could be soft despite having scars on their face and their skin not being the best. You know what I'm getting? I'm hearing the song from Tangled. I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My grin could curdle dairy, and violence-wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But besides my something hook and my goiter and my something, I really want to be a concert pianist. Do you see me on the stage? Something like Mozart, tickling the ivories till they scream. Yes, I'm one disgusting blighter, but I'm a lover, not a fighter. Like everybody else, I got a dream. Okay? Let me look at the lyrics to give you more. Oh my freaking gosh. Well, I'm looking up the lyrics. And like I said, I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My snare could curdle, get dairy. And violence-wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look and my temper and my hook, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. Okay? Can't you see me on the stage performing Mozart, tickling the ivories till they gleam? Yes, I'd rather be called deadly for my killer show tune medley. Thank you. Because way down deep inside, I've got a dream. And then he says, he's got a dream, he's got a dream. See, I ain't as cruel and vicious as I seem. Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a dream. So this person's also giving biker gang vibes, you know? Violence, okay? But anyway, the next verse is, I've got scars and lumps and bruises, plus something here that oozes. And let's not even mention my complexion. But despite my extra toes and my goiter and my nose, I really want to make a love connection. Okay? So this person may look mean and not the most attractive around the block, but they're really soft. And even though they have a hard exterior, they have a soft interior, which I've been mentioning the whole reading. And that's what the song came through. Like, I'm like, why everything I'm mentioning is coming through in this song? Spirit, I love you. Like, y'all always come through for me, and I really appreciate y'all. And it says, can't you see me with a special little lady rowing in a rowboat down the stream? Though I'm one disgusting blighter, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Because way down deep inside, I've got a dream. And then he says, and I know one day romance will reign supreme. Though my face leaves people screaming. Oh my gosh. There's a child behind it dreaming. Like everybody else, I've got a dream. The perfect song here for you guys. I have a dream, or I've got a dream. One of that from Tangled. I've got a dream. Yes. Oh, this person is so little. So small. And I do believe this was like when when Rapunzel ran away from her tower and ended up at like a bar with a bunch of bikers or criminals. And then the only way they get them to not beat them up or, you know, do mean things to them, but she's like, I have a dream and I really want to see the glowing lanterns gleam. And that's when they kind of like have a soft spot towards her and say, we have dreams too. And though we may look mean and brutal and sadistic, because it says here in the song as well, where is it? This used to be my song, honestly. Call us brutal, sick, sadistic, and grotesquely optimistic, because way down deep inside, we've got a dream, okay? I love that, okay? And then we also have what was Flynn Rider's part? Yeah, he's like, I have dreams like you. No, really. Just much less touchy-feely. They mainly happen somewhere warm and sunny, on an island that I own, tan and rested and alone, surrounded by enormous piles of money. Flynn Rider's a fool. Okay, so this person could have like a mean, gruff exterior, but like a really soft heart, okay? That's where the reading ends. I feel like I went through all of these. Mean and gruff, Mars energy. Saturn, mean and gruff as well. Stoic, hard to read. Second house, they're a hard worker though, and their physical appearance shows that. Cancer, that's that one to settle down, one to have a wife, one to fall in love energy. They are a lover at heart, okay? And then we have I'm going to say Aries. No, we have Leo here, which rules the head and rules the heart. Funnily enough, if you don't believe me, look it up. It does. Leo rules the heart. They have a heart, a really fierce loyalty inside of them. And that comes through this person's demeanor the more you get to know them, right? So I'm going to leave a reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3 or you found your way here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about, okay, drum roll please. What does your next boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, situationship, the next person you're going to be intimate with, what do they look like? Okay, their physical appearance. So we're going to get straight into it. That's what the reading is going to be about. I was very curious. I wanted to know these things. So I'm like, why not ask? Okay. We're always curious to see what our next person will look like. And these are very fun for me. These are very fun for me. Because it's a beautiful way to interpret the cards, you know? Put your own spin on things. Why do you keep doing that? Keep playing. That's the second time. Like I won't beat you up. So group three's person. I'm hearing they're always easy to smile. I just saw the Fool at the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Ace of Cups. They're always quick to smile. They can have a nice smile. I'm hearing they could wear glasses as well. I'm hearing that guy from, what's the name of the movie? I've never seen it, I don't think. It was like a Disney movie with like a very scrawny, yellow, blonde hair dude. What's his name? Like Milo. The Odyssey. Something across time. No. It was a Disney movie. That's all I know. And the guy was like really lanky and skinny and nerdy with the big glasses. I think his name was Milo. I'm pretty sure it was. Let me look him up. Yes, his name was Milo James Thatch from Atlantis. That's what I was talking about. I'm talking about Odyssey and things. Please. Atlantis, the Lost Empire is what's coming through for your person. He has like really circular glasses, kind of scrawny, has nice arms, giving slim build. You know who the bleep he's giving now that I'm looking at him? He's giving 𝐸 from TikTok. If you guys know who that is, like really skinny, nerdy vibes, but just still very sexy, okay? It's giving like nerdy, but sexy, but make it sexy, right? Okay. But yeah, this person could love like showing off their arms. They're very like, slim, but they have a little bit of muscle mass. Okay. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, look up Milo James Thatch from Atlantis and you'll see what I'm talking about. He has the bangs in the front. He has the eyebrows, the really long angular face, the really defined chin. Okay. Sandy, I think it's blonde or orange hair. And his eyes are like dark, so light hair, dark eyes could be coming through as well. But like really scrawny. But it's called sleeper's build, where they look skinny, but then when they flex, their arms get like really buff. So you may be scared they're gonna drop you. They try to pick you up, but they got muscle. And he was an adventurer as well. He was a linguist and cartography expert. So draw. This person could draw. But they like to find things. Also hearing another cartographer that just came to mind was, I forget her name, but she was a Grisha from the Grisha verse. Her name was, who's the main character from something Bones? The Bones? Excuse me. Okay, well, I stopped. I paused at exactly 333. That's crazy. 333 could have some significance to you guys. You may be seeing that number a lot. Or I remember in another reading, a reader was like, if you see 333, then this person's coming in. I'm like, okay, that could be a person. That could be a person. That could mean your person's coming through if you also saw that same reading, which you probably didn't. Okay, but anyway, 333 could be important, but her name's Alina Starkov, and she's Shadow and Bone. She was also an astrocartographer as well in the show. So she could look like Alina, and her hair is also dark, and her eyes are also dark as well in the show. Okay? I don't know about in the books, but in the show, definitely dark hair and dark eyes. She's also kind of Asian lineage. I don't know what kind of Asian she is. Let me click on her and see. Her name is Jessie May Lee. That's her actual character. But Jessie May Lee, I think she's Canadian actually. But let me see. Yeah, she's British. Let me see if we can get a background on her. So she's Chinese and English. So she's what do they call them? White and Asian. But she could pass if you didn't, if you didn't really know really well. She has the chinky eyes though. If that's not a slur. That's just what people always tell me. They say I have chinky eyes. So I'm like, I've grown up with that. Because I know one time I told somebody, like, oh, this girl has dreads. And the girl was like, it's locks. I'm like, oh, okay, excuse the heck out of me. Thank you for teaching me, but I had no idea, which is a good thing that now I know to say locks and not dreads. But I don't know if chinky eyes is an insult or a slur or something. So if it is, I apologize. But that's what I'm seeing here. Jessie May Lee, she's British, but she grew up in Russia and not Russia. Why did I read that as Russia? That's crazy. This person could also be Russian. Okay, so they can be Chinese, they can be English, or they can be Russian. That's what's coming through so far, okay? But yeah, dark hair, dark eyes, right? Nice eyebrows. Well, she's very beautiful. I love her. And she just recently cut all her hair off. I think it's growing back a little bit, but during the show, she cut it all off. And the show's been gone for like a few years now. Okay, let's get into the reading. Sorry, this is like, I've been getting the most channel messages from this reading here. Wow, that just flew out. Hangman and High Priestess. This person always looks like they have a secret. And it's so funny because I have her pulled up on the phone right now. And then the exact picture I'm looking at. Let me see if I can take it off. Oh, not like that. I didn't mean that way. It looks like she has a secret, does it not? It looks like she has a secret. That's so funny. That was hilarious. But it looks like she has a secret in that photo right there. Okay, so this person could always look like they have a secret. Or like a smirk. Is what I'm hearing as well. So what does their person look like, their next lover? We have Ten of Pentacles. And we have a King of Wands. Are we taking reversals? I guess we will. A King of Wands coming out, period, is like someone who's very attractive and like a very dominant energy. They can't help but be the center of attention in the crowd. They can't help but attract attention. This person could be giving distinguished. I'm hearing regal. Prim and proper is also coming through. But I'm not sure if I'm taking it and the devil. Okay, yeah. That was a perfect spirit. Like, here. There's what you need. I was gonna say I'm not sure if I'm taking the King of Wands and versus being like the King of Wands, like a weepy kind of energy, because that's what the reversal can represent. But the King of Wands here is giving someone who's like devilishly attractive, but they don't use it to their own benefit. They don't have the arrogance of the King of Wands upright. But sometimes arrogant can mean the King of Wands in reverse, okay? So maybe this person has like an arrogance. So they're a smirker, right? They're a smirker and always look like they have a secret and they're not telling everybody what it is. Yeah. So arrogance could be a thing as well, because the King of Wands upright is the more positive interpretation of the King of Wands. The King of Wands in reverse will be the more negative connotation. So this person could be a little bit in their ego, you know? They know they're attractive and they use it to their benefit, right? Which is why they always look like they have a secret, okay? This person can be a little buff as well. Or maybe not, because we were getting Milo. And he's not that. We have the Magician coming through here, the Page of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. This person could change their looks a lot, like their hair. Yeah, I was saying the girl just cut her hair all off. And they could be that kind of person to take the chances to start all over again. You know what I mean? They have bedroom eyes, this person here. Because I still have her picture up on the screen. It kind of looks like she's staring into my soul. Like, Jessie, please. I'm trying to do a reading, ma'am. But it looks like she's staring into my soul. This person could change up their energy very quick. They could be kind of like a chameleon. They change their energy or looks to fit where they're going. So they don't like to stick to one aesthetic. They're always changing it over time. This person could also smell really good. So I just fixed my shirt and I just got a whiff of my deodorant and I smell good. Not to toot my own horn, but this person could smell really good. Just a side note or they look like they smell good. But I feel like if somebody smells good, they look good. Because you can't not smell somebody that smells delicious and not be like, oh, hello there, right? But yeah, I just fixed my shirt and my deodorant just like came out, whoof. And it smells so good and fresh and clean. This person, like I said, like, so put themselves together, put that ish on, what I just heard. This person's gonna come show up and show out, right? This person likes to go barefaced or with makeup, okay? That's coming through as well. Yeah, there's times of looking like not homeless. That's a stretch. I heard. That's funny. This person's very like expressive, very talkative, very opinionated. Is what I wanted to say, or outspoken. It's also a good one to say. Because when I was looking at the High Priestess, I'm like, the High Priestess can move very stealthily between the dark and the light, and on stealth mode, this person can go on stealth mode and like be invisible. But when they put that thing on, okay? Because the High Priestess, I was saying, this person could, like, have sometimes energies of being in the light, in the spotlight, looking really good, and then have other times looking like homeless with the baggy clothes and the sweat shorts. But Spirit or this person was like, no, never that, So even when they are dressed down, they still look good, okay? Or look like they're dressed up. So I'm hearing Blair from Gossip Girl. I'm also hearing discernment. So this person has great discernment, or they could always look like they're judging you. Okay, that's funny. They always look like they're judging you, or they think they're better than you in some kind of way, or that's how you're perceiving them, but they're not thinking they're better than you. That's just how they come off, I guess you could say, Okay, but a hangman is Pisces energy. It's also an illuminated, okay, crown chakra. So this person has like a very nice head. Whatever that means. They have like a very nice shaped head, or like a very big head, a very prominent head, right? With the hangman highlighting the head, okay? It's also Pisces energy, and Pisces, the 12th house, which is all about the dream realm, dreamy. So this person will look like a, I'm hearing anime character, or like a character from a fantasy or fairy tale or something like that. So mermaid, fairy, nymph, that kind of energy is coming through for this person. They look like they're kind of like not human. This person could be kind of like short or petite. So they're giving fairy. Sorry, that was a nice stretch. Oh boy. This person could look limber as well. I think that's the word. Someone who like stretches very easily. They're very limber, And it's funny because this person is literally hanging upside down from a tree. So very limber, okay? High Priestess, they can like to wear a lot of clothes. They don't really show much skin. Okay, I'm getting more feminine vibes from this group, if we're being honest here, guys. So if you are manifesting a masculine energy, they may present more feminine, okay? Just being 100% honest here, because I'm getting visuals of like beautiful fairies and mermaids and colorful hair, and they look like they shouldn't even be real because that's how pretty and cute and adorable they are. And it's kind of like, nobody wants to hear that for a guy, you know what I mean? But we were also getting Milo as well, and he was like he wasn't very feminine, but he was very like, he was cute. He was the most adorablest person ever, right? I'm trying to go back to Milo. Yes, very boyish is the vibe that's coming through for your person, okay? But they're still giving all man, but they just may have like a more boyish appearance or body, right? But I am getting very feminine vibes from this person here. So, but we have the devil coming through. The devil is spicy. So there is something, yeah, they have that devil may care attitude, or that smile that melts the pantaloons, okay? Or they have like an intense energy surrounding them, right? The devil is Capricorn energy, and it's like very serious, right? Don't mess with them. Don't poke the bear. They're gonna explode. Like, I don't want to say daddy energy, but daddy energy, like, where if you're gonna get in trouble, they're gonna like put you over their knee and spank you, kind of energy. So it's like you're tempting the bear, poking the bear, kind of energy. So this person could look, like I said, very intimidating, but like they could be, and that's just period. The end. They look very intimidating, and that's the end. But then we also have the Magician, which is coming through here. Then we also have the Page of Pentacles, okay? And the Page of Pentacles is also a childlike heir to them. So this person's giving, little girl, little boy energy, but they're all grown, right? So they look young for their age, is what's coming through here, but they're grown as heck, right? This double energy coming through, and fine as heck. A little inexperienced, but the Wheel of Fortune is definitely giving me this person changes up their look a lot. So they could go from being preppy to being emo to being grunge to being chic. You know, they move through all sorts of mediums to like express themselves physically, I would say. Okay, so this person could have like very shapely thighs and calves is what I'm getting as well. Because I paused the reading to stretch, and it was such a good stretch. I sat here for like a good 3 minutes, just like, do I want to finish this reading? So this person could have that vibe to them. I'm not getting lazy, but it's like chilling, laid back, and that could be the hangman energy coming through again. Okay? But Wheel of Fortune always changing up their looks. Okay? This person could have a little bit of a tummy because we have the Devil card coming through. This person could like have a little bit of weight on them, a little chunky. Right? Let me not show you the nudity, but their body is very attractive either way, whether they have the weight on them or not, because we have these two couples naked to each other, wanting to get naked. People wanting to get them naked, or you get wanting to get you naked. Or you guys wanting to get each other naked. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I like that better. But yeah, this person looks like they have like an inner monologue going on. They're keeping things from you. They have a secret that everyone else knows. Okay, or a superior knowledge, right, is coming through as well. The Wheel of Fortune is all the fixed signs. Okay, so this person has like really big or prominent Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Leo energy. Okay. Leo's known for being larger than life. They're known for the hair, okay? Taurus is known for the mouth, the lips, the throat. Wink, wink, shove, shove. Okay, let me stop. Aquarius is known for being, more abstract, more alien-esque, ethereal, out of this world vibe, which is coming through for your person. And then we have, what am I missing? Scorpio, sexy, exactly, yeah. And the genitalia, that can be a thing right there, right? So this person's a male, they may have that BDE, okay? They have that BD, period, okay? And if it's a girl, then, I don't know, the slippery slope. I'm hearing nice boobs as well if they're a girl or feminine. I mean, guys can refer to their chest as boobs, maybe. They have a nice chest, prominent chest, okay? That is what is coming through. I am getting a big vibe that this person doesn't show much skin. If that's something that keeps coming through. So they're modest. They can have nice fingers. Strong, capable, supple fingers is what I'm getting from this person. And there's something here about like prestige. They dress really well. They spend and put money and time into their appearance. Okay, I almost forgot I pulled from a different deck because we're going to be here forever if I just don't keep going. Yeah, this person's hands are coming through. They have very attractive hands. If you're watching for a guy, they can have attractive, like, veins. Because I'm being called to this person's hand and how they're holding the wand in this card. Okay? Or how they're holding the candle. I'm pretty sure it's a wand, but we'll go with the candle. It's a phallicular object. How they're holding that. So people, will see this person and be like, oh my gosh, I wonder what those hands, who do I want those hands on me, okay? Sexual fantasies of my group 3s, okay? Then we also have the Page of Pentacles. They're holding it up with reverence, okay? So they can make a reverent air tone to this person where you have to show respect, okay? And then Wheel of Fortune, which we went over already. So let's get some cards from this deck to see what else we can get from this energy, your person. What will they look like? This person could have a big head, for real. We have the Ten of Swords. How will that go to appearance? They could always look tired, maybe? Or distrustful is something coming through. Here we have the Emperor. I'm getting see this one to come out in reverse, so I'm hearing them put it in reverse, but I do want to just, show you the energy. Here we have a crow or a raven. I'm pretty sure it's a craven. Let me stop. This person could look like Craven. I think Craven was like a newer movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson or something. Your person could look like him, okay? I do know his hair is more like wavy, curly. He has the beautiful like blue eyes, okay? And like a very big muscular build, okay? He has like a lot of body mass to him. But I was definitely saying, is it a crow or a raven? It's a Craven. That's his he's like an arch, he's a villain. This person could have like a villain energy to them, which I wouldn't put it past them with this 10 of swords energy coming through over here. They kind of look like the villain in a movie, which is kind of funny because how do you look like a villain in a movie? How do you pull that off? And then we have the skull here, so this person could have like, very prominent bone structure, okay? But with the Emperor, it wanted to come out in reverse. It's kind of giving me the same energy as the King of Wands. They have like a very masculine energy to them, but they don't lead with that. It's just something that people can feel. It's not necessarily something they can see. So this person isn't giving masculine looking, but they're giving masculine feeling, if that makes sense. Oh gosh. Okay, but this is supposed to be in reverse. Let me put it in reverse. I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, anything else? We have the 5 of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing unassuming look about this person. And then here we have the 8 of Cups, which is a tiger sleeping peacefully. Exactly. So this is like a metaphor, like a sleeping tiger. Never wake a sleeping tiger or something, or never scare a spook, because things could go left really quickly and not in a good way. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy that's coming through for this person. They kind of look like a sleeping tiger. Like, don't poke the bear. I may look innocent or whatever, but I can, don't play with me. Yeah. That's what this person is giving for sure. I'm hearing like a stern principal kind of energy where you don't want to do anything to make them upset. This is cute. Okay. 8 of Cups. Walking away from things. I'm hearing I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. So there could be something about this person's booty, butt, okay? And look at how we literally have the whole body here. It's giving about that. I can't talk that fast. You're gonna get the jumbled up version. Body. That song is coming through by Megan Thee Stallion. You have the body. The shape is crazy. The shape goes crazy. It's out of this world, is what I'm hearing here for the shape that you guys are giving. Period. But yeah, the only thing missing from this card here is the hair or the head, I guess you could say. So that people only see your body when they're looking at you, which is such a shame. Because I have to give a pretty face too. You have this Emperor is gonna give me Aries rising vibe where you look intense and mean and intimidating, and people are kind of like, well, I'm not. Like, come pull up, come talk to me. Like, talk to me nice though, right? You're giving me New Yorker because I just sound like a New York accent right there, Brooklyn, right? Talk to me nice, bro. Like, talk to me nice though, Okay, what else is coming through? 8 of Cups, walking away. But like I said, yeah, this is giving me the booty card. Okay. There's a lot of focus on your body by most people. Others of you are giving face as well. You're giving face and body. Like, I'm hearing that sound bite from TikTok that I was like when it first came out. The girl who used to be dating, what's his name? Avery from Grey's Anatomy. She used to be dating him. I forget his name. And I think she came up with this. Let me see if I can find it. So I was trying to remember, like, the sound. There's a sound bite that was going around on social media. I believe it was it had to be a while ago. It was on TikTok, actually, because it was Jesse Williams. He was dating this girl, Taylor Rooks, after he came out of his marriage, his long-term marriage. And like there was some like a video that she had put like a sound to, and she was like, my body tea, my something, my pocket's heavy, something like that. And I'm trying to find it, but it's not coming through. And I feel like it came through another reading and it's really not coming through. So I don't know why. I don't know where it went. And I've been typing in every keyword that I could to find it, and it won't come through. But that's the kind of vibe that's coming through for you guys. Like, your pockets are heavy, your body's tea, your face card never declines, that kind of thing. Like, you're super pretty, your body's tea, your pockets are heavy, something like that was coming through. And that's the vibe that I'm getting here for this like pile. Now, if you want to look up a person to maybe to compare this to, you could look up Taylor Rooks. She is like a very beautiful black woman that Jesse Williams was dating after he got out of his marriage. Okay, I think that's her name anyway. Actually, hold up, wrong girl, which is very funny to me. Taylor Rooks wasn't the girl that I'm talking about. This is another girl he dated. Wow. But she's very beautiful, and I do believe she fits more the type of what I'm describing for you guys. So still look her up. Her name is TAYLORROOKS. I can actually just show you her right now. Give me a second. This is what she looks like. She's very beautiful. Look at, if you can see her face. And then she's giving body, yada, 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 yada. She kind of reminds me of Megan Thee Stallion, if I'm, being honest. And that's the vibe that's coming through for you guys here. You look like her. But this is not who I meant when I was talking about the person. This is what I actually meant. And her name is also Taylor. Okay, well, funnily enough. So that man have a type. Now, let me see if I can find the soundbite now that I found her. Okay, so I'm going to play the soundbite for you, and I hope no, thank you, and I hope that YouTube doesn't flag it or something, because last time I tried to play like a soundbite from a show, and they were like, this someone owns this, and then they put it into like a song. There's some sketchy stuff going on YouTube, honestly, but let me play it again. I don't know if this is after they broke up, but she really like went off, right? And this soundbite that I think of when I think of you now, I'm going to also say it afterwards in case there's some issues when I'm uploading the video like last time. So I have a, safety measure in place.
You really had me out here thinking I was mid. Like I wasn't that gas, like I wasn't that fire, like I wasn't that rock. Are you crazy? Well, let me reintroduce myself. Because that bitch you used to fuck with,
she's also gorgeous.
No more. Ass fat, titties right, let's see tight, pockets heavy. My face card don't fucking decline. But somehow I let you take me out of my bag. But guess what? It's back. She's fucking back. This what the fuck you wanted. Dun da da da. Bad bitch activated. I'm a motherfucking savage. Stupid ass.
So that's what I was talking about. So your person is definitely giving that vibe, okay? They could definitely, like I said, I'm getting more feminine energy for this group. But if it is giving masculine, it's definitely giving bad B. It's definitely giving that vibe. So we're getting melanated black queens here, thick, like she said. The titties sitting right. The booty is popping. The pockets is heavy. Like, you really had her thinking she was mid, and she really is not. So someone who has definitely like changed how they feel about themselves, physically, right? They could have lost weight. They could have built up their self-confidence. They could have done anything to enhance their beauty. It could be surgically, it could be non-surgically. It really doesn't matter, but it's kind of like that thing. This person be feeling themselves, right? Okay, that's the vibe coming through for the next person you're going to be dating. I'm trying to find like male guy like to come through. I think the only guy that came through was like Milo, okay? And there's also like, since we're talking about Milo Mannheim is also another Milo that could be coming through for you guys. He's like a very tall sir. He's also from Disney, which is funny. But he got big from like zombies, but I know him from Dancing with the Stars, okay? Like very like tall, dark hair, dark eyes, very like devilishly handsome as well, like very charming, doesn't know the effect he has on people, like a little nerdy in general as well, very lanky, not really bulky but tall, you know what I mean, and has a presence. This person has a presence that kind of like filters in or trickles into their looks and makes them very, very attractive. Not saying they're not attractive on their own, but their energy is very, very, very much attractive. I think it's more attractive than their looks, and they're very attractive already, right? That's the energy coming through for your person, okay? But the Eight of Cups is definitely giving a sleeping tiger, don't poke the beast, you can't mess with them. It's giving feline energy. It's giving black cat energy heavily. Their body is very much the most prominent thing that's coming through for them so far in this reading. And then we have this Aries rising, risky, sexy. Rihanna's also another Aries rising. I don't know many men Aries risings coming through, but it's definitely giving that they have a presence. They're tall, because Rihanna is also tall for a woman, okay? Very nicely stacked, a very nice body, like a very nice build, okay? Whether they're a man or a woman, masculine or feminine, okay? And even in all these cards, we're getting into masculine or feminine. This person is very limber, and I think I said that. Maybe it wasn't for your group, maybe it was for group 2 or something, but very limber, right? Very athletic, okay? Good on their feet is what I'm getting as well. But a sleeping tiger is someone who has like a lot of muscle mass, like a big cat kind of energy. This person can have a big cat looks or like just energy, okay? Let's see what else is coming through for your person. Dark hair, red lips, a little bit of pale skin. If it's not pale, then it's very clean, okay? Black, they like to wear black and they look good in black, okay? What else is coming through? I didn't pull enough for this. Sorry, let me get some more cards from this deck for my group 3s. Please, Spirit, the next person that they're going to be with. And we're getting more black or dark energy. And this is the Two of Swords. Wow. This person could be a little like dark hair, dark energy, dark feminine. I don't know if there's anything considered dark masculine, but I'm getting very much dark feminine vibes from this person. Okay. Put that here so you can see it. It's definitely giving a little bit like a scary movie. You don't really know. Like, intimidating is the big vibe coming through here. You don't know if you should walk up to them or like walk away and not shoot your shot. Like, I'm not getting bad girl vibes, even though Rihanna is bad girl Riri. Okay, wink wink. Anyway, because Milo, the guy. Okay, so for example, if you're watching for a feminine, she's giving dark feminine vibes. If you're watching for a masculine, they're giving soft, goofy, playful, floppy dog vibes. I'm getting like a dachshund or a beagle, like floppy ears, that kind of, or even like a sleeping tiger for those of you as well. But they're giving like intense, but the men are less intense than the women, if you want to put it that way, right? The men are giving more so golden retriever at least, or German shepherd vibes, than the feminines who are giving just like lethal, right? They have a stare that makes you feel like you're less than. They're cutting straight to the quick of you, like they're judging you. That kind of vibe is coming through for your person. Now I want to get some cards from this supernatural deck and see what comes through. Group 3s, person, please. Yeah, if they're a guy, their body's just as good. They're kind of tall, dark hair, dark eyes is the only thing coming through. Okay, dark hair, dark eyes for the feminists as well, because that's been coming through so far. Some of them could be Rihanna. They have dark hair. And light eyes, because she has like hazel green eyes. And here we have, look at this. Look what the frick I'm talking about. Yes, exactly this. Exactly this. We have Rowena McLeod. Look, exactly what I've been saying. Red, black, dark feminine, sexy, sleek hair, well put together, waist snatched. Like, come on now. Stop playing on my face. Exactly what I've been saying. And here we have baby. So, like I said, the woman is giving very fierce, and the guy is kind of more giving golden retriever baby vibes. I love when the cards do this. I'm like, I don't know how to explain it to them. I don't know, And then the card is like, wapa, there you go. Now, I think that reading for the character definitely helped for group 2, even though I read for the character after the fact. Let's see what they say about Rowena. But she's definitely giving seductress, mistress of the night kind of vibes. Vampiress, okay? Rowena is 75. 75. With fiery red hair. This person could also have fiery red hair. Killer fashion sense, bruh, exactly. And fierce determination. Rowena stepped onto the scene as a powerful Scottish witch. So this person's also giving witch vibes or warlock vibes, okay? Do I know any sexy warlocks? Not really. There are not many warlocks in TV that I know of that I can call sexy. A Scottish witch you wouldn't want to mess with. Propelled by her thirst for power, she made strategic alliances and brilliantly manipulated events behind the scenes. Just don't expect her to apologize for being a career woman, absentee mother of the king of the hell. Oh no, absentee mother of the king of hell. Rowena began as an enemy, but she became an ally and friend to the Winchesters, casting her not my problem attitude, though she maintained her exasperated eye roll. So yeah, it's giving sassy, hard to tame, femme fatale, that kind of energy, but it's mostly giving feminine, like I said. And then we have baby here, which is giving a car. This is like a sexy, sleek car. So this person could be giving like old school Mustang or Cadillac rollback, you know? Let's see what they say for baby. This person, yeah, now I'm hearing, you know you love me. I know you care. Just shout whenever. Justin Bieber, baby. And when he made that baby, he was still a baby himself. He was still floppy hair, Justin Bieber, short. Yeah, so this person's giving like golden retriever guy if you're watching for a guy, and they're giving seductress female if you're watching for a female. There you go. Given to Dean by his father when he turned 18, baby was Dean's most prized possession, with classic rock coming from the speakers and an arsenal of weapons in the trunk. It's also kind of giving bad boy. So it just depends, please, because Justin literally turned into bad boy when he grew up. So yeah, it's tying together, it's adding up. But let's go back to the thing. And she was more than just a car; she was a character in her own right. Every time Sam and Dean prepared to take on the next big bad, baby was their chariot to adventure. So a very adventurous, high energy, high vibe kind of person. They up the mood, okay? I just keep hearing floppy hair to kind of, you know, make up for the whole beagle and dashing floppy ears thing that I was picking up on. Floppy hair, boyish good looks, boom. And it's funny how in the beginning of the reading I was talking about Milo from Atlantis, his floppy two bangs in the front. So yeah, you're getting a Milo from Atlantis or a Milo Mannheim character, or even baby Justin Bieber, grown Justin Bieber. We'll see. I guess you'll see actually. Okay, so yeah. That's it. That's what I said about baby. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's get into the dice now. Let's get into the dice. But it's giving creature of the night. Very sleek, very tall. Like they kind of walk with the darkness. Like I'm seeing a character in my mind, but I can't remember the name of the character. Someone that blends into the night. A guy in like a long trench coat. Very mysterious. Kind of like a vampire, but not. Okay, here we have Scorpio coming through again, so just sexy. That's all you need to know. Sex appeal. The energy is on point, right? Again, coming through again. We have Mars. So far, we've gotten Mars for every group, okay? So something here about athleticism or just a bulky build could be coming through as well for some of you here. We have 7th house, which is giving romance, relationship. So they kind of have like a romantic air to them that makes you want to, like, I'm hearing drop to your knees. Bro, there's a sound going around on social media right now where it's like, you better drop to your knees and bark like you want it. Yo, that's crazy. This person is like not to be messed with. They're sex symbol personified. And like, yeah, Rihanna is definitely giving that. The Taylor Page girl was giving that. The Taylor Brooks girl was giving that. Like, whew. And now that you know that you're on it, you better drop to your knees and bark like you want it. This person, like I said, is giving, like, if it's a guy, it's very much giving, like, okay, it's giving like a prince in public, but a freak in the sheets kind of energy, you know? They have a lady in the sheets, but a freak in the sheets vibe. This person's giving the same thing as a guy, but they're the more innocent guys where you don't see the freaky leaky part coming. The women wear it on their sleeves and their energy. The men come through as innocent, but they got that freaky leak side, right? You better drop to your knees and bark like you want it, okay? There's something very innocent looking about this person as well, the female and the male. You could be innocent looking to have that dark and essence to you, right? Whew, we have 8th house. We have Scorpio coming through twice. This person's sexy, guys. I don't know. They're going to be giving you fanny flutter. I'm hearing the D word for the male member, flicks or twitches, you know? So it's twitching, you know, it's getting aroused. Oh God. And then for the women, you're getting fanny flutters. So just, wow, this person's very sexy. And this is like, whew. Okay, and then we have the sun. Wow. Yeah, so magnetic, very warm, very open. I'm hearing a big belly laugh, right? I'm getting like, I'm trying to So let's look it up and I'll show it to you and then explain. Okay, so what I was trying to look for, which I've been looking for like 10 minutes now, but you couldn't be able to tell because it's just like a second since I paused the video, since in the way in how you're watching. Anyway, so I was thinking, when I saw the sun here, I was thinking of Helios, the sun god, right? And then I was thinking of how when I was reading 𝐓𝐴𝐻, there was a fairy called Helion, and he was the lord of the day court, okay? And I'm like, he's kind of giving me your vibe here. He had the dark, long, luscious hair, but the picture they have for him, the drawing they made of him, is not at all how I was viewing him. He's supposed to be a dark skinned or darker skinned man with long, luscious hair, whether it's locks or not, and golden eyes. Okay? What they have for him here is like a woman, first and foremost. Like, let me see if I can show. I don't even want to show it to you because he looks ridiculous, in my opinion. I just keep hearing, you better drop to your knees and bark like you want it. Get out. That is not leaving, but okay. Let's see if I can do it. Give me a second. So these are all the different variations they're showing me of Helion, but this one here in the corners, like giving a woman, first of all, looks like a woman. Like, I wish the camera would like focus. It looks like a woman with the gold eyes, and I'm like, that's not giving Helion. Like, I feel like which one was giving him the most? Like, this picture right there was giving him the most. This one, I'm like, okay, I like a tan Greek god looking person. And that makes sense because Helios is like a Greek god, I believe, or something like that. But it's like you're in the sun a lot. Your skin is tan, it's darker. You have real long, luscious, wavy, curly hair. That kind of vibe is what's getting here. And that's like a Greek sex symbol coming through right there for the man, okay? So that's what's coming through for y'all. Anything else that was coming through? And that's like kind of makes a lot of sense with Mars. Just giving Aries energy. He's like a very buff, torn, ready to go to war, kind of very masculine person. So your female's gonna be masculine. And then we have the Emperor here, which is Aries energy coming through again. And it's like, yeah, very fierce, aggressive, manly man kind of energy for what your next person looks like, okay? So I think I'm gonna leave you reading right there. It's kind of giving, quintessential, sexy, kind of everyone wants to be in a relationship with them. They are giving darker hair, darker skin, darker eyes kind of person, or golden eyes at the very least, or hazel like I was mentioning with Rihanna. But I don't think that person drew him well. They don't have any good drawings of freaking Helion up in here. But that man was considered sexy, okay? And he rules the day court, okay? So he got to be. But anyway, we're going to leave it there. I hope this reading resonated. Is there anything else that I want to say? No, I think I said everything. They're sexy. That's all you got to know. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 4s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 4 or found your way here, then welcome. Today's reading is going to be about what will your next lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call them, look like, the next person you're intimate with, the next person you're dating, whatever you're serious with, okay? We're going to get into the reading right now, and just know we're going to get into that. It's very exciting. Group 1 through 3 was very good. I love readings like this. They're so exciting. Like, I just love getting into the minds and looks of people because I don't know, I like people, even though I don't like people like that, but you know what I mean. Like, I like looking at them, remote viewing them through readings, not in real life, but I do get along with people really well. So let me stop acting up. We're going to get into the reading. Let's get into your person. I love these kind of readings. They're so fun. Like, it brings out a different side of tarot. Already we have the Emperor in reverse. Wow. Are we going to have another group 3? No. The Emperor in reverse. We have 10 of Wands. Oh, so you're getting the jacked person, okay? I knew it had to come out in one of the groups. The person with all this muscle, bodybuilder, that kind of person, muscular, is what's coming through for you guys. We have the 9 of Swords. Interesting. This is the kind of person who, like, when you look at them, they could always look stressed, or like their body's like always straining. Like their muscles are bulging. That's what the 9 of Swords is giving me, right? So they look like they're always worried, or you're worried about talking to them or something, or it's kind of giving the kind of people who look like they could be on like roid rage is what I'm hearing. You know, when people were taking steroids back in the day and it was like messing up they couldn't emotionally regulate all the time, so they would get angry and it was dangerous. That's the kind of person I'm not saying they're gonna be that way, okay? They could be though, because the Emperor in reverse is kind of iffy. But we're not talking about temperament in this reading. We're talking about how they look, okay? And the Nine of Swords is kind of giving me like their muscles are bulging and their veins are bulging as well. You know that? Yeah. Group 4's person, please. We have a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they won the genetic lottery like Group 1's person, but a different way. Because they could have like a naturally muscular build. They could have like a natural 6-pack or even 8-pack, right? I'm hearing long legs, muscular thighs who want to just bite. Yeah, this person's giving the like quintessential good body, okay? They may not be as big and like, you know, like I call it disgustingly muscular as the bodybuilders. Everyone has their type. I can't with them. Like once it gets too much, it's too much. You know what I mean? Okay, you could like that and that's fine because this is your person coming through. But when they become disgustingly muscular and it's just like everything is veins, and then some of them like tan so much it just look red and like just it just okay, that's coming through for you guys. Okay, I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. It just doesn't do it for me. Okay, but it's someone you're going to be very attracted to. Let me exit this out. I'll just keep looking at it. I was looking up a character for Group 3's person, and I just keep looking at the screen because he was very attractive. Okay. Oh boy. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah. So someone who you would look at and think they're a playboy and immature, but they're really not, but their looks are definitely giving that, okay? I don't even know why I have reversals for when we're talking about looks. It hasn't made sense to me the whole reading, honestly. So we're just going to move that up. We have the Emperor. We have the Knight of Wands. So a very fiery person, because we have Aries here. And we have, I think, Sagittarius is the Knight of Wands. Even if it's not, it's Aries and Leo energy as well. So fire, 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 sexy, hot, hot, hot. I'm hearing somebody panting, okay? Ten of Wands, bodybuilder, can carry a lot of weight. They look like they can carry a lot of weight, very muscular. Then we have the Nine of Swords. I think I went over all these by going through them. Okay, the Nine of Wands can kind of be a little playbooyish, they're very charming, okay? They're very, like, conventionally attractive. So they can have, like, a very charming, beautiful face, but then like a very like bulky body, right? That can be coming through. But I'm hearing like rakishly handsome for some of you. For others of you, they're definitely giving like I'm hearing the face and the body doesn't match. So it's like their face is giving a little innocent and their body is giving like stacked, right? And it's kind of like that body don't belong on that face. Or no, that face doesn't belong on that body kind of thing. So they could look very, very, very innocent. Getting Benson Boone for some of you. Like he has like the curly hair, the creepy mustache, just on the top lip that I hate when men get, because it's kind of like, why? It's very rare that a man can rock it without looking creepy, okay? Even Chris Evans had that creepy mustache and it didn't work for him at all, you know? And he's like God's gift to women. Chris Evans, he's one of them. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Benson Boone, anytime I see him with his shirt off and I see he has an 8-pack, I'm like, wait, the body does not match the face. But he's very active, he works out, and like, you know, he kind of has to because he's like on stage singing all the time. So it's kind of like his face kind of looks like boyish. And then the rest of him's like, you know, stacked. Is also still like, I think he's kind of short. So it's kind of like that can be coming through a Benson Boone character. But I was also getting how yesterday, I think it was Tuesday. My coworker was telling me about a guy. No, we were talking about, so Zac Efron could be prominent as well. He is very stacked and very muscular, but that's not who I was gonna mention. But we were talking about how people keep making fun of Zac Efron and like putting him on caricatures where his face is like freaking plastic surgery up. And because he had like a jaw surgery and was looking like Hanson Squidward for a while, but now he looks like he's back to normal. You know what I mean? And I feel like Zac Efron was so like pretty, but also was always like kind of muscular, especially after High School Musical. Like the first time I kind of saw him a little bit more muscular was like Charlie St. Cloud, right? And then he started getting more muscular after that and even more muscular after that. And then like he had his accident where he broke his jaw and had to get, you know, reconfiguration surgery. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, what did you do? You look like Handsome Squidward, da 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 da. And everybody was hating on him. and he was like still really stacked and buff, but his face kind of wasn't matching the body now, you know, like just that kind of thing, you know. But when we started talking about that, we went on to talk about how my friend was like, how she started believing how that you could have something catastrophic happen to your face and have to go through constant surgery to fix it. Because there's this guy who like was friends with David Dobrik, and they got into some kind of accident. I hadn't heard of this. It was news to me. And how like they were on some, was it a trampoline? It was something, and the guy fell and like his whole face shattered, and he's still getting surgeries 2 years later. You know what I mean? And she's like, okay. She's like, after she heard of that story, she was able to believe that somebody's face could be that broken up that they would have to go through surgery. So I don't know if she was believing that Zac Efron actually needed the surgery, right? And I'm like, I believe it, because Zac Efron was very pretty, was very beautiful. There was no need for him to need that surgery or want that surgery. You know what I mean? There had to have been something, you know? So she was talking about how he was a very beautiful guy. The guy, David Dobrik's friend, was very beautiful, and because of the incident they had, that he had to keep getting surgeries, and now he doesn't look the same as he did before. But then he was talking about how David Dobrik, because we kept bouncing around on topics, so forgive me here. He said how David Dobrik started like, you know, working out like a trainer and like getting really buff, and now whenever you see a video or a picture of him on social media, the body doesn't match the face. David Dobrik has like a very doofy looking face. I don't like him at all, personality or whatever. And he has like a very dopey looking face on like a very jacked body. And she was like, how it looks like his head was like photoshopped on like a really, really big brolic body. So if you want an example of that, you can go look at David Dobrik. I didn't go look. Like I said, I really don't like him. His face kind of annoys me. If you know what I mean. There's always that one person that just kind of annoys you, their face. So I didn't want to look, but she's like, his face still looks the same, as the body just like dropped, you know. That's what I was getting. So I spent 20 minutes talking about Zac Efron to that David Dobrik's friend David Dobrik to explain to you what I meant by the face is photoshopped onto the body. Okay. Now, let's go on to the next tarot deck. That's kind of what I'm getting. This person could also be giving like knight in shining armor kind of vibes physically, like their face. I'm hearing a butt chin. For some of you, your person could look like Henry Cavill, okay? The curly hair, light eyes, blue eyes, and like a really jacked body. But one thing about him, his body matches up and down and all around, but his personality doesn't match the body, because you think of him and you think he's supposed to be stuck up and so full of himself. He's like very down to earth, very nerdy, loves video games, loves reading books, loves reading comics and all that kind of stuff, and just a big nerd all around, and likes like you build the computers from scratch. Like, don't ask me why I know so much about him. He was gonna be my husband, then he got another girl pregnant, you know. Sad out here. On to the next one though. But yeah, that kind of energy where they like their personality may not match their body. They may be very like goofy, right? And then their body's like the opposite of it. Okay, but that's the vibe that's coming through here. Also, Chris Evans is a good example. He's like very goofy, very funny, very like jokey, but his body, I mean, it still looks pretty good, but you know, before it was looking really nice. And when that first Captain America, when he comes out of the freaking chamber, oh, that was everybody's man for a good year and a half. Okay, cool child. Anyway, that's kind of coming through. To be boyish, good looks with like a hard body, you know, that comes through. Knight of Wands is also kind of the energy as well. Youthful F-boy vibe. So you could be called the group 1 as well. The group 1 was really different. The body anyway. So if you like what you're hearing so far, I suggest you stay at group 4 and don't even go to group 1. Group 4's person. What is this? 9 of Wands. Yeah, they put in the work. It's giving like iron. What do they call it? It's like iron something. It's what they call people who like work the iron really hard, the weights. This person could also just have like a natural build like that because they work in nature. Because we see this person here picking up a lot of sticks. You know, if they're like a farmer or, you know, a lumberjack or something, they live off the earth, then that would make sense. Look at my bracelets, guys. They're so cute. I'm still in love with them. And then on the other hand, I have the other bracelets I got before. Sorry, I just had to, like, they're just so cute, just so small. Don't mind my chunky arm again. I have the camera on 0.5 zoom, so that's why my hand looks so chunky. I promise you shit that chunky in real life. It's just extra zoomed in. Move. Okay, So we have Nine of Wands. So yeah, this person does work. It could be like their job or their livelihood that has them so big and, you know, broken, right? Like stacked, sturdy. Like you could like try to push them over, they wouldn't move. That's how big they are. It doesn't even have to be like disgustingly muscular, but they have a lot of body mass on them. They could be really tall as well. They have nice legs too, because we can see the legs coming through in this card here. They could be a dancer as well. They look a mountain is what I'm hearing. So they're really big and tall. They may have to shop at freaking big and tall. We have Page of Swords. Yeah, there's something that doesn't match. This person's gonna be like a nerd, like academia, scholar, and they just look so as they're supposed to be I'm hearing a juice head, a Guido. They could be that as well, but they look like they're supposed to be on a model somewhere, and they're in like academia. They're a teacher, they're a nerd, they're IT, like stuff like that, you know. And I'm not saying nerd be derogatory for anybody who's getting offended, you know what I mean, but it's definitely giving someone who's like more, so someone who's basically like, I'm getting a whole storyline here. Someone who grew up being bullied, right? And they were always nerd, like, bruh. They were always someone who was seen as nerdy. And they were bullied for it. So they decided to start working out, and so they couldn't ever be bullied again. And now they're still the nerd they were always, right? But now they could like knock your head into two. So now people can't bully them anymore. And people are like, wait, your personality is giving so nice and down to earth and open and smart and intelligent, but your body is giving like, I'm gonna knock some heads together. And they're kind of like, well, I only started going to the gym to get rid of the anger I felt from being bullied when I was in school. And that's how they kind of like channel their anger and their energy. They could also have like ADHD, they can't sit still. So going to the gym and doing workouts and stuff like that is helpful for their mental, but it ended up helping their physical as well, you know? Page of Swords is giving me that, but also very youthful and small, right? For whatever reason, I'm getting like long, shaggy hair for your person as well. So it's just giving Greek God at this point. I'm also getting kind of like Ice Princey vibes from your person too, because the Page of Swords is like the mind, the intellect, and that's like Ice Prince vibes, okay? Here we have Temperance. So yeah, there's a balance. There has to be with people like this. You can't look that good and not have something wrong with you. Not that there's anything wrong with this person, but it's kind of like there's a balance. There's something about them that like knocks them down a level. Maybe they can't dress right. Because can you imagine someone who's smart, they have a nice body, and they know how to dress? Oh, we're in danger. Whether they like men or women, we're in danger. Because who's saying no to that? Okay, who? Not I. Right? So there's something here about them being like, you know, I'm hearing jovial. Their personality is like very easygoing, you know. It's not too harsh or off-putting, you know what I mean? Very nice person. They like to make people feel comfortable is what's coming through here. And the Temperance card, like going back and forth, is they can like go back and forth from being, you know, what's the word I was looking for? Not childlike, but, you know, innocent to like, you know, intense. That's the Temperance always going back and forth. They don't stay in one energy too long. They kind of move back and forth between looking playful and open to like, you know, brooding and, you know, standoffish, right? Okay. Group Force person. Please, they can have blonde hair, a bob, if they're a woman, green eyes, or those cat feline-esque light brown eyes that are like kind of golden. It gives me like wolf vibe. So this person can be like big and tall like a wolf for real. We have Five of Cups. Yeah, there's something unfortunate looking about them. I don't know what it is. Like a head too big for their body. Their ears are really big. They have a really big forehead. Their nose is too big for their face. Like something like that to bring them down a notch is what I'm hearing. Their feet are too little for their body. Their feet are too big for their body, right? Their arms are too short. It's giving T-Rex syndrome is what I just heard. Oh, stop it. Not T-Rex syndrome. Like they're this big and they're this big intimidating person, but they have these small little arms, right? There's something that they were given to even out the playing field. Okay. Please, Spirit, what else can you tell me about my group for this person? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that, their face card. Okay. They could look good in red and purple because that's coming through, and then green and orange. Every color of the rainbow, because I do believe purple is a part of the rainbow, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't be looking at the rainbow every day to know these things. I'm done hiding now, I'm shining like I'm gonna be. See, that's coming through golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. This person could have like a K-pop look to them, right? The boy bander, but they're bulky, so they kind of stick out in the group. Like, do I have an example of that? Has there ever been a boy band that was like not skinny and boyish? Because it is boy band, right? Not man band. Okay, let's see. What was I gonna look up? Oh, that's crazy. I forgot. Well, rainbow. Sorry. This person could be ADHD for real. Not the shop rainbow, the picture of a rainbow. Ugh. So there is purple at the rainbow, but they added it towards the bottom. No, in nature, there is purple naturally in the rainbow. What am I just saying? I see it here. But in this rainbow here, they weren't showing it to me. Oh, they are. I was confusing it with blue. So purple is naturally in the rainbow, okay? And that's what I'm hearing. So all colors of the rainbow, this person could be LGBTQ+, which is why that kind of thing that's like off-putting. I mean, how could it be off-putting if you're going to be a lover of theirs? Maybe you think that they're straight, but they're not? Interesting. That happens to me more times than I can count. I like pretty boys, and every time I see a pretty boy, I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. And then he does something, I'm like, oh, he ain't even for me. Just great, right? And I'm like, why am I attracted to the pretty boys that always turn out to like guys? It's just a tragedy for me. But I love all kinds of men, honestly. But the pretty boys, of course they're pretty, so I'm like, oh, look at that. And then I'm like, oh, they're not for me. Heard that. Heard you, period. But yeah, this was coming through. So this person could be LGBTQ+ as well. This is my LGBTQ+ community here. Okay. I'm getting a more masculine energy from this group. If you want a feminine energy, you're looking for a feminine energy, I recommend group 3 for you guys. If you need, like, you know, if you're 18 minutes in and it's not resonating for you. 9 of Wands did also come through in group 3, I believe. So it would make sense. Now what we're going to do is move on to the supernatural deck and see what's coming through. But yeah, like different colored hair could also be something that's coming through as well. But they have a nice smile, a really nice smile. I'm hearing nice lips, okay? The leg was already coming through. This person could also be older, and that could be the thing that's kind of throwing you off. Or they have like a really nice body, but they have like bad joints or something. They couldn't, like with the Wheel of Fortune, they did win the genetic lottery, but it wasn't that, you know, it wasn't that good. But I mean, when you're older, you just can't help it. So maybe when they were younger, yeah. But it's like this person's long hair. I was getting that vibe from them. I did say longer hair. Yeah, they have a lot of it too. They have a mane on them. I like a lot of it, and like they can grow a beard as well. It's giving shaggy though, like a shaggy appearance for some of your people. They're really buff, but they still kind of look unkempt. And it's kind of like, how sway? But they have to have no fashion sense because they couldn't. It would be too good. We can't do all that, you know? Wheel of Fortune is all the fixed signs. This person can have like a very stern face. There's something here about a silhouette. Okay, let's get into any woman energies coming through in this pile. We have nice eyes, okay? Because in this card, if you can't see it, she has like green, olive eyes. And this woman here, she's giving me that lady from, what movie was it? The movie with Nicolas Cage, where he wins money and ends up sharing it with the single mother that works at was it called Waitress or something like that? I don't know, I'm not sure. But this person could be a waitress. But her eyes are kind of like giving feline as gold, okay? So their eyes could be a weapon. This person, like I said, could have either really short limbs or really long limbs. One of those are coming through. Of course, everybody's person is not going to be like identical twins, so there has to be some variations, I would say. But a nice smile, nice teeth, nice lips, period, for men and women. But they could have a bob if they're a woman. They're calling me Bob. That Nicki song, child, when it's on, it's so catchy. I'm like, girl, I've never seen Nicki wear a bob like that. Where did that song come from? Interesting. But a bob could be coming through for sure. And look at how in this card here, she kind of looks a little shaggy and unkempt and a little unsure. That's what's coming through here. This person could like be a little bit unsure. I'm here they have a stutter as well. That could be something. Okay, let's see what comes through. What will the group 4's next person, their lover, look like? Do you have an angel blade? Angel. I'm hearing angel eyes. I'm also hearing hungry eyes. Tell me why this freaking card came through in group 3. Yeah, some of you are called to group 3. If this is not resonating so far, or you're not LGBTQ plus, and that's the vibe that's coming through in this reading, just see what comes through. I'm hearing a little fruity. Interesting. Don't be using that word. I think that's a slur. Or it was used as an insult for people who were like, oh, this person's like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. I don't gotta explain it. Fruity is also giving like a lot of different colors, which is funny. Because you know Skittles are fruity and it's like all the colors of the rainbow. Okay, so we have Angel Blade coming through. Okay. So very thin, very sharp. I'm hearing a sharpshooter. And I don't know how else to explain that then. Their eyes are just like very like piercing. And that keeps coming through. Here we have Charlie Bradbury. So that's coming through as well. Look at how she's dressed. Like, yeah, very laid back, chill. They don't have a fashion sense. And I'm hearing this is a good thing for you. Because they can like be wearing like very shaggy, baggy clothes to hide all that muscle from people. So people don't know what they're working with until you like go home with them and undress them. And all of a sudden, hey, right, you're surprised. Here we have Baby. This is like giving me a muscle car. So it's giving out like a muscular dude. Once again, that's my confirmation for that particular thing. This car is also, I think Dean's car came up from group 3. It said something about the car always being their chariot to carry them places. So their legs. Look at this guy. Who's Crowley, all black and sexy. Mysterious. Hello. This person gonna have like a sad vibe to them since we did have the 5 of Cups. Look at him. Get a load of this guy. Let me move it over so you can see it better while I read from the book for these people. This person is quite quirky in character, or maybe in how they dress as well. But it's why I was getting big nerd, but they just have a good body on them, right? Period. Let's get into it. Let's read for Charlie. They could be a girl with a boy name. Well, we opened up to freaking Baby first. Let's see what Baby has to say. Baby, 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 oh, like... Given to Dean by his father when he turned 18. That also came through in group 3. Baby, Justin Bieber vibes. So your person could be giving that. Given to Dean by his father when he turned 18. Baby was Dean's most prized possession. I almost called him Declan. That could be somebody's name here, Declan or Dean. Or your person's name. Declan's a cute name. Shoot. And you know what is also freaking funny? Wow. I'm like, that could have some significance. Let me pause for a second. Declan was a character from Degrassi. And he was very much giving this guy right here when he dressed. Let me see if I can get a picture for you guys to see. Very intense as well. He's such a cutie. Floppy hair, exactly. Look at Declan. Look at Declan. I'm like, this name could have some significance, right? A very boyish, cutesy. I'm hearing Twinkie kind of look. So some of you are attracting twinks, you know? But Declan. Now, it says Baby. Given to Dean by his father when he turned 18, Baby was Dean's most prized possession. With classic rock coming from the speakers and an arsenal of weapons in the trunk. So dangerous, an air of danger? Okay. I'm also hearing Henry Danger. Lord. He was also giving kind of twink, but we know I think he's hetero. But yeah, getting that vibe. The floppy hair keeps coming through though, whether it's blonde or dark, okay? And he had like really, endearing, charming brown eyes, okay, Henry Danger. But let's read. She was more than a card. She was a character in her own right. Every time Sam and Dean prepared to take on the next big bad, baby was their chariot to adventure. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Charlie. And I just saw Charlie from Good Luck Charlie, so this person could definitely be blonde as well with like green eyes. I think she had green eyes in the show. Charlie Bradbury was the honorary little sister Dean joked he never wanted. And this person could be redheaded too because she has red hair, sorry. Really, she was the sister he never realized he needed. Genius hacker, look, geeky fangirl, bruh. Expert hunter. Stop playing in my face, guys. And lovable pop culture aficionado. This is definitely giving twink because they do love their pop culture, y'all. Okay, I'm seeing a specific creator on Instagram. I can't stop looking up his name now, but he is giving twink as well. If that's not a derogatory term, I apologize if it is. I don't mean it in any harmful kind of way. I just think that's what they call it, a really skinny bottom in the LGBTQ plus or LGBTIA community. Okay, let's keep going. Charlie brought out the softer side of the Winchesters. While adventuring in Oz, Charlie's soul was split. Look at that. Creating two versions of her, light and dark. Dark Charlie was violent and ruthless. Angel Blade in the car, the muscle car. Yeah. While the light Charlie couldn't even hack into a bank account because doing so was bad. Yeah. That's coming through. This person's like maybe identity crisis or something like that. Or maybe it's two different people coming through. One of them is dangerous and one of them is light and airy and nerdy. Take what resonates, y'all, okay? Now, let us move on to this character here, Crowley. I'm interested. I'm tuned in, okay? A suave deal maker with a penchant for self-preservation. That means he was a punk. He ran away when things got hard. Crowley oscillated between being an enemy and an ally to the Winchesters. His ruthless ambition, love of loopholes, and assertion that denim-wrapped nightmares shouldn't be underestimated. Denim-wrapped nightmares? What does that even mean? Anyway, underestimated advanced him from king of the crossroads to king of hell with his calm demeanor intact. So calm demeanor coming through for some of you, your people. Although his ultimate sacrifice aided the Winchesters, trusting Crowley wasn't initially easy for Moose and Squirrel. For the greater good, they needed to release the grudge they held. Okay, so like very dangerous, suave. Like I said, there's something that takes away from their looks. Like it could be their personality. You know what I mean? It could be getting a little slimy, underworldy, if you will. They have the car, the blade, they creep in the nighttime. And then for others of you, maybe if you're watching for a feminine energy, they're more geeky, more introverted, right? But they're also just as ruthless and good at hunting as this Charlie character supposedly was. Okay. They're a good ride, is what I just heard. Excuse me! Yeah, this person's giving like really tall. They have like a lot of space for you to sit down on their body. Like it's giving big spoon vibes. Heavy. Tall. Okay, we'll keep that. We have Saturn, so serious. That's kind of tying into this whole Crowley guy right here, where he was like big on self-preservation. Here we have Libra that fell out and did that. Libra, very aesthetic, and that's Temperance card as well. So they can have like very even, balanced features as well. And I do believe looking at this Declan kid, he kind of, why they keep just, they say you're talking too much. Heard you. I'll stop. This Declan does have like very even features. They can have really bushy eyebrows. Y'all see how the guys are doing that? What do you want from me? Fine. Tag. We have Taurus, very sensual vibes. I just heard lips, okay? And here we have, I believe it's a South Node energy. I'm like, can I talk? The Dash like, no, you've been sitting here all the whole reading. Shut up and get on with it, okay? I'm here, Shut Up and Drive by Rihanna. Shut up and drive. So this person could be a race car driver. They like their cars and their machinery and stuff like that, This person could work with cars, right? But what was I saying? I forget. Self-preservation? Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, bad boy vibes could be coming through for you guys. That is what is like balancing out their attraction. But I'm kind of like, don't girls like bad boys? Doesn't that add to the attraction to take away from it? I don't know. I guess for different strokes for different folks. I'm coming. My phone acting up. Like, we're going to charge you after. Girl, relax. Fourth house is like very Cancerian energy, and Cancer, it rolls the chest. This person can have a nice chest and the boobs as well, okay? If they're a girl or a female, okay? We have 2 here, which is Taurus energy coming through again, which is the lips, right? Second house is also security. So this person can have like a lot of money, or they like buying expensive things. This person could like expensive clothes, but they don't know how to put it together properly. But Libra would assume they do, right? But Libra is like the back. So they have a good chest and back, very wide, muscular back is what I'm getting. I'm not supposed to be taking this as a personality. This is supposed to be looks, okay? Taurus is lips and mouth, so they have nice teeth, okay? A nice smile. A nice voice is the first time that came through. Wow, this person could have a bedroom voice. Now the last one we have here is South Node. I don't know how that's gonna tie into anything. I don't know. South Node doesn't really have any characteristics. It's just the past, who you were, lessons you learned before already. This person could have. This is going against what I said before, but like they can have like a big old head or something that's uneven, right? Because I'm just thinking about it in the sense of the horseshoe supposed to be upright. The fact that it's in reverse means there's something, like I said, not perfect about them. They have like a nice body, maybe a nice face, but their nose is too big for their face, or their ears are too big for their something, or they have one foot bigger than the other, something that's like bringing them down a notch, right? Because like the Temperance card said, there needs to be balance, so they can't be perfect. There's something about them physically that kind of brings them back down to earth, okay? Okay, I'm gonna leave the reading here though. I don't want to keep going for too long. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. I hope it resonated. I hope you liked it. There was something that I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna look up somebody for y'all. No, I don't think so. This person could have gray hair if I didn't say it already. I swear I was gonna look up something. Maybe I did already. I don't know. But yeah, if I didn't say the whole spiel already, I think I did. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.